What's up, everybody? This is Kung Fu Eddie Baby, representing the Big Propaganda Wrestling Podcast and talking to Eddie Baby. Ooh, I look yellows. So, as some of you know or may not know, or been seeing the post or not been seeing the post, I am at location in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, aka Philly. I'm in my hotel room because I didn't go to Wrestlemania. Tickets were kind of hella expensive, and your boy is very poor. I did some outsourcing of somewhat things that I'm not used to, but I needed a little vacation from my vacation to my vacation. But the homie Front Row Phil is coming, and if y'all were watching Mania like I was, you could tell where he was because he was wearing a U of H red hat. So he's on your stage left. If you don't know what that means, then he was on the right side of the ring. But if it's on TV, stage left, right here. No wait, it's stage right. So it was in our left, his stage right. There you go, because I used to be a theater kid. So what I'm gonna do until he comes in and we could talk about predictions. I mean, not predictions. Post main event, because we get his point of view live at the event and my point of view from my hotel room. Until then, we'll watch the press conference. Hopefully I don't get flagged down for watching the press conference, but you never know. Let's do share screen. All right, so like I said, if anything happens, we'll just block it out, or we'll get shut down and we'll restart again. There we go.
We're all similar in our own way as well. Like, we have fun, as you see. We're all collaborative. Like, we're all working together. We all have a goal of winning, like we did tonight, of course. But I mean, what's gonna stop us? Like, it's great.
You
It's about
can't
women.
stop
It's about
the
conversation.
rain.
Yes.
Okay, this is the norm. I'm ready. It's cool to be the first, but I'm ready to get away from that conversation to where it's the norm.
Yeah.
It's just women going out there and we're just having great matches.
Yes.
And it's just, oh, they had a
Gotta
great
find
match.
ways
They're
where
amazing.
I don't
And
get
that's just what
flagged
it is,
out.
period.
That's it.
Naomi, Bianca, Jade, congratulations. Job well done on making some history tonight at WrestleMania 40.
Thank you.
Thank you. Against the wall.
I think that could be better. Like giant ass head with the beautiful women.
Well, tonight's WrestleMania press conference is brought to you by Snickers. Snickers
A little
satisfies.
volume because music. Yeah, again, I definitely know I will get flagged out for the music. All right, I think the music should be done.
That was indeed victorious. At this time, please welcome, accompanied by new WWE Hall of Famer, the wise man, Paul Heyman. He is the undisputed WWE Universal Champion, Roman Reigns.
I get waited too long. Again, don't want to get flagged down. Did I mute it for Bianca Belair's music? I don't even know. Hold on, guys. Just a little smudge on my screen. Because I'm a professional podcaster. I do this live. I don't do this like post. So again, I mean, we could talk about, the press conference. We could talk about just anything in general, but I don't want to mention like results and all that. Not just yet. I want to wait till Front Row Phil comes in, unless he texts me and changes his mind, which he has texted me. So let me check. All right, so he's he's not en route, but he's definitely almost there.
Here in the middle.
Chris Van Vliet with Insight. Congratulations on the victory tonight. Mr. Heyman, you talked before that it was the third inning for the Bloodline. What inning are we in now?
I'm sorry. Did you not hear the man say questions for Roman Reigns? I'm
Roman
sorry.
Reigns.
You're not going to answer my question now? So it's just a
Yes.
one-sided conversation?
I'm sorry, Mr. Heyman. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Would you
Roman
like to ask
Reigns.
Roman Reigns a question?
Roman Reigns.
My tribal chief.
Go ahead, shoot. Come on.
Roman, congratulations on the victory tonight. What can we expect from tomorrow's match?
Next question.
Damn.
Very well. Next question. We're going to head towards the third row.
Could the stipulation be that this one is intelligent, please? Ooh,
Okay,
nothing.
not the third row.
No, don't go.
Let's change of
ooh.
plans.
I'll give you an ooh in case you didn't listen to last night.
This one right here. Go ahead. No, not you. Two over.
So he doesn't know how to
Hi,
say
my
stage
turn.
right or stage
That's right.
left. You know?
Acknowledge you.
That's right. Everybody acknowledge me. Who did that?
Ooh.
Leave. I'm serious. The lady with the glasses, get her out.
Damn. That's hilarious.
Get her out or I'm leaving. Use your feet. Nope. You're wasting our time, lady.
To give Chris's analogy, this ain't baseball. There is no 3 strikes.
Y'all better get some good questions. I'm here for work. I'm here to retain the key to the kingdom. I got a big weekend here. I got a lot of work tomorrow night. So you should do your job now.
Robin, tonight you tied for most WrestleMania main events in history.
Oh, say
Tomorrow,
it again. Say it again.
Tonight,
Tied for the most WrestleMania main events in history.
tomorrow you will be
Tomorrow
breaking
you're
the
gonna
record.
break it.
Yes, and you will become the superstar with the most main events in history. Can you talk to us about that? How does that feel?
I'm already thinking about 10. Thinking about the next night. We're going to smash tomorrow night and then we're going to move on. That's how it is. That's what greatness is. We don't sit in it. We're worried about the next goal. Write that down. You're going to put it on the internet and say, I said that, but you got it from your tribal chief. Next question.
That was a very good answer, my tribal chief.
It came from my mouth.
James Delo from Gorilla Position. Hi, Roman. Congratulations on tonight. Pat McAfee on commentary tonight said you are currently suffering with leukemia. And I was wondering if you could clarify that. I know your health issues in the past, but can you build on what he was referring to there?
Well, I'm still on oral chemotherapy. It's a medication that I'm going to have to remain on my entire life, most likely.
Damn.
So yeah, that's just a part of my personal battle. It doesn't affect, thank God, I'm still able to perform. I think anybody in my position would say health is wealth. And as long as I can continue to perform, then you already know that that's at bay. So we're good. We're still in remission. But it is something that is still a part of my life. Yeah.
Next question.
Hi. Roman, Chmat Kosandu for TNT Sports in the UK and Ireland. Exactly a year ago, I asked you how you felt about the result and the execution of the main event and what you have been doing for the past 3-4 years. And you were kind of almost begging for the industry to try and take the ball away from you. And I'm just wondering, now that you've put this match together with your cousin, The Rock, from a creative point of view and also a results and execution point of view, how do you feel about what you did tonight?
I feel what we did tonight, it started in 2020, August of 2020, in order to attract a global superstar like my cousin. You got to have You got to be on the up and up. You have to have something special going on because he always has something special being offered. So this had to have been something even greater than even Hollywood could offer. He does all kinds of stuff. He's that successful. So for him to pay attention to us and want to be involved, we're doing it. He's how
Dr.
special
President, I
the
make
time
you.
is, and how we
I love you, dog.
prime this place in this destination for everybody. There's no question now. This is the place to be, and it's
Where were
because of
you,
us.
my friend? Where were you
Through these
watching
turbulent times,
XL, bro?
this has been the
Where were you at?
COVID,
You
no
tell me that.
fans, everything that's gone on. Tribal chief and the
I love
wise
my
man keep it
friends.
steady around here.
Remember, guys, if your friends don't talk,
Alice
shit
George from Metro
on
in
your
the
face,
UK, just over
they're
here.
not your friend.
I know you just
And
alluded
if
to
they
it on
talk
a
shit behind your
more
back,
business level.
they're your
Thinking
enemies.
personally, what did it feel like to share that moment with your family, with Dwayne, and finally be in the ring together like that?
This is what I've been dreaming my whole life.
Yeah, we saw that
When
at
I got in the
Yo
business,
Brock.
I didn't even think it, it wasn't even a thought if it would be possible because either, he's moved on or it's going to be more of an appearance-based situation. But I've used the same mindset the whole time. On the high tide, I lift up everybody. And the first, the first thing that I wanted to do was lift my family, the Usos, Solo. And Dwayne's no different. We, like I said, we primed this thing perfectly. We set the launch pad, and then we placed the rocket, and now we took off. So if everything that we do doesn't happen, then we don't get to this point. And if I don't make the choice to, because I could have easily been like, man, wise man, we got it. We don't need anybody. But we chose to put the Usos, in a spotlight. We chose to put Solo in the spotlight. We chose to lift everybody up. And that's that's my MO, man. I'm not messing around with this bloodline thing. This is for real to me. And I said it before too, and it was a long time ago, and it was almost like in the middle of a bad promo or something when I was younger. And I remember saying, man, this is real life to me. And I didn't have the substance or the direction back then, but I wasn't lying. This is real life to me. I grew up in this business. I couldn't even get away from it if I wanted to. This is everything to me. The livelihood that I've set for my family. It was a dream being out there with them. And it's been a dream to be out there with every single relative that I have.
Final question.
Hi, Roman. Cameron Hawkins from The Ringer. You marked 2020 as a changing point in how you were doing things. What creatively or mentally really was the attitude? Like, I understand adding family members, bringing them in, but from a creative standpoint, from a mental standpoint, what really changed for you with your approach going forward?
We're in the middle of the pandemic. We hadn't even gone in the Thunderdome. And when I'm watching it, I'm watching these guys in an empty warehouse, and I'm like, they're wrestling the same. It's the same. They're trying to do the same thing. I had the advantage of being on the sideline for that time, but I knew exactly what I needed to do. It was time to change the game. It was time to use this silence and allow your voice to be boosted. Allow yourself to take it into different dialogue. You don't have to just be sitting in the middle of the ring shouting over a bunch of people chanting. Now we can tell stories. Now we can get into deeper dialogue, Game of Thrones style, where you better pay attention. You better listen up because next week more info is coming. We said it. We said it from the very beginning. We didn't stumble upon this. We knew exactly what we were doing. Pay attention because layers are coming. Information is coming. New moments every single week. We've been how long? Where we at now? 3.5, 4 years? Come on. Every other time, other than Cena, which that was just a marathon run. Every other top guy's like run isn't longer than my title reign. In the modern era, all y'all geeks got these screens you're looking at 24/7. Your kids are doing the same thing. We still got them. GOAT, man.
GOAT activity.
Roman Reigns, thank you so much for your time. Paul Heyman as well, and the best of luck to you tomorrow night.
All right. So when I said that, my opinion is that when he started turning up is when like he came back from cancer. Because like if anybody knows me, I was part of a carjacking accident, and the guy shot me in my face. You can't see it from here, but yeah, I have a little dimple. It's basically a gunshot wound, and I was near death, and that really changes somebody. So I think hopefully that whole like coming back from leukemia kind of put some little emphasis on this step, make him more focused, make him more driven to complete all of his goals. Which God bless him, man. Again, I don't know who's coming out because of the music, so don't want to get flagged out because I still don't know if I could do this part. I don't know if I could do streaming because I was gonna do this with the Peacock. All right, so DJ's here. All right, so let's see. All right, like I said, I'm gonna wait till the music stops, and then that title that title looks kind of cool. I'm gonna get if the president comes back and lets me know his opinion on the belt because the president and front row Phil are very, very detailed when it comes to belts, and they're really nerds when it comes to that.
Shall we go ladies first?
All right, I'm gonna go get water.
Okay, ladies first. Let's head to the front row.
Chivalry lives.
Oh, Denise Salcedo, Instinct Culture. Rock, it's been several years since you have been in the ring getting physical in an actual matchup. I want to start off by asking you how you're feeling right now coming off of that main event.
I feel great.
How you feel?
Body feels great. I just had the time of my life, and I put in a lot of work. We had a hell of a training camp, which lasted probably about 10 to 12 weeks, and I wanted to make sure that I was as prepared as I possibly could be. These guys who I wrestled with tonight, as you guys know, they're the best in the world and on the planet, and I wanted to make sure that I came in game ready and ring ready as best I can. As you guys know, it's impossible to simulate what happens in the ring. You can run your training camps. I had a ring set up and flown to Hawaii where we were at, where I spent a lot of my time with my family, where we live. A ring in California too as well. There was a ring in Georgia to make sure that around every corner and everywhere that I went, the first quarter of this year, there was a ring. Flew in a lot of wrestlers who are really amazing and willing to work their asses off to just make sure that I was prepared. So we went out there. I enjoyed every second of that, and I've been a lucky guy over the years to have participated in some pretty cool things that have been very gratifying. There's nothing like performing at Wrestlemania in front of thousands and thousands of people. And there's nothing like performing with your fellow pro wrestlers. Thank you. All right. Thanks, guys.
Is that it? No. Okay. Fourth row.
Mark Muddy, ESPN. Dwayne, it has been a very long time since we've seen you. Is this it? Do you plan on doing more? When can we see you again? I know obviously there's tomorrow night, but will there be more big matches for The Rock coming in the near future?
There might be. Can't elaborate that much on that, but there might be. I love what I do, and I love our business. And I
Like I
was
said,
born into our business,
myself
you
and
guys
Front Row Phil kind of agree that he might be.
We'll see.
Guest referee for the main event.
Rock in the middle here, Chris Vanini, The Athletic, Getting Over Wrestling Podcast. This was the first WrestleMania without Vince McMahon. What do you think of the job Triple H has done, and anything about the state of the
You
company?
mean my job, homie?
I think that Triple H has done a tremendous job as our chief creative officer. I think that's his title. He has a few, earned every single one of them. I like ushering in new things and new times and new eras. And it feels like in our world here of professional wrestling, it is a new era that we're ushering in. I talked to Paul Levesque, Triple H earlier as we were kicking off and kicking off the show tonight. And without giving any detail on what we talked about, like it's a special night for him. This was the beginning of something and marking the beginning of something new for him under his creative. And I think from a company standpoint, this is an exciting time for the company, for WWE. It's an exciting time for TKO. You felt the convergence towards the end of the year when the acquisition happened. You felt the convergence in the first quarter of the year as I was fortunate enough to come back. And as we kind of traversed our way through what these storylines could look like. And so it's an exciting time. And I think we capped off day one of WrestleMania, of this WrestleMania that we have stated was going to be the biggest of all time, which is really saying a lot, obviously, considering given the givens and how many great WrestleManias there's been in the past. So I thought that we collectively as a company and as a team put out a really good show tonight. And the best part about putting out a great show tonight is you get to do it all over again tomorrow.
Which is crazy. I mean, Wrestle Kingdom did it one time and everybody started doing
Hey,
it.
Rock, Daniel Trainer from
Not
Us Weekly
everybody
here. Question for you. You know,
WWE.
it's no secret that tonight was a long time coming. I think there have been some stories about some stops and starts that led to tonight. Roman was out here earlier saying that it takes a lot to get a guy like you with everything that you have going to commit the amount of time that it took for you to come back. Was there a specific moment that you said now is the time? Was there a promo? Was there a match? Was the bloodline in general that inspired you to say WrestleMania 40 this time right now is when I'm going to actually do it?
Yes, there was. When Ari Emanuel called and said, "Hey, I'm going to buy the company." I said, "Okay, what does that strategy look like?" And we had discussed that. There was talks almost 2 years ago about me returning to WrestleMania 39 in Los Angeles. Again, it felt like everything was going to dovetail nicely into that. It's a great story.
Which was a missed opportunity. It's Hollywood.
That didn't
He is
shake out
Hollywood.
in the way that
Hell,
we
he's
had
doing
anticipated,
the
and that's
Hollywood
okay.
gimmick right now.
I had said back then to the people who we were negotiating with, maybe it's time to put the pencils down and we'll revisit when it feels right. So I think between putting the pencils down about a year and a half, 2 years ago regarding WrestleMania 39, the clear shift of and the actuality of the selling of the company, I think that kind of became the impetus to really look, I think, holistically at the opportunity of doing WrestleMania 40 in Philadelphia. And a lot of things had to come together. And sure, the agreement and the deal, I'm not worried about that, especially when the negotiations are between myself, Ari Emanuel, and Nick Khan, both of whom I've known for a very, very long time. Nick and I actually go back to Hawaii when we were kids, and Ari I've known for over 20 years. He's my lead agent and business partner. So I wasn't concerned about the agreement. I was more so, my number one priority was, can I come back and add real value this time around and not, coming back for hot shots one at a time, maybe I make an appearance one night. That's fun. It's fun for the fans, but I wanted something a lot more substantial, and not only a lot more substantial, but something that we can really build upon. And so these past 2-3 months, I think we've been laying groundwork nicely and not only building for WrestleMania this weekend, but also I think beyond that and building for the future and what that could look like.
One final question.
Let's do two.
Two final questions.
Okay, that sounds better.
Hey, Rock, thanks for taking the time. Graham Matthews with Bleach Report. going off everything you just said, talk about, coming back, doing something you haven't done before. The pivot obviously has been talked about a lot this week. Rock and Roman being the original main event, seeing what we're seeing now.
Sure.
Just talk about how you guys have handled that and what we would have seen originally with you talking about, before the pivot even happened, just mentioning how
I
this
feel like
is
that
going to be
match,
something that, like you
Rock
just mentioned,
versus
not just coming
Roman,
back
would
for
have been
one
a lot
show.
of
I mean, this is something
a
that
lot
you
of
really
shit
want
talking,
to
like all
kind of
of this
reinvent the wheel. We're seeing
being
that
loud
now,
on the mic.
but if Ari doesn't buy the company and that sort of stuff, what does this Rock run or what does this Rock return look like?
A lot of hypothetical.
Well, one of the many benefits of this world of professional wrestling, I believe, is you have the opportunity to not only hear the fans, but more importantly than hearing the fans, is listening to the fans. Because to me, there's a distinct difference between hearing and listening. And then the other part, and perhaps the most important part, is then take action. And so with the pivot that you're talking about, it was an opportunity in front of us. So when I came back, the goal was to come back and it was going to be the Rock and Roman Reigns. That was the idea. This was back in, I think I made an appearance on SmackDown when we were in Colorado, third quarter of last year.
When he left.
And the idea was to start setting the table of a Rock and Roman WrestleMania main event, WrestleMania 40. So as we continued to stand everything up on its feet, we realized that we had an opportunity to listen to the fans. One of two things could have happened. We could have either trucked through it, which there were a few opinions in the room. Hey, of course, we've titled them the Cody Crybabies, which is, fun brand, but the truth is they matter and fans matter and their voice matters. And we had this opportunity to really listen to them again. So one of two things could have happened. We could have either trucked through, listen. And in this case, it became crystal clear to me after Birmingham, Alabama, where we had that moment in the ring. If you guys may remember, I came in, Cody, in essence, passed the opportunity on to me. Roman and I had that face-off. And it was just a few days after that I was in Hawaii, and I remember waking up and going, I think I have what this pivot should be. And not only listen to the fans, but let's give them what they want, what they've invested in for the past couple of years now, which is this idea of Cody Rhodes completing his story. But then the B-side to that, the exciting part for me, number one, was to deliver something for the fans, but also, now let's make a change, and let's go Rock 10.0 and what that looks like and what Final Boss looks like. And let's take the agreement and the deal of the appointment of the board as a director, the ownership of the name The Rock and all that goes along with it. Let's utilize that and leverage that in a real way, and that real influence and power, and inject it into the storyline as Final Boss. So bottom line is I couldn't be happier with not only the pivot, but more importantly, everybody buying in to that, because it's a big shift and you got to buy into it. And everybody did, and here we are. Yeah, man. Thank you.
Final question for the Final Boss.
Emily May with Sportskeeda Wrestling. Tomorrow, night 2, WrestleMania 40, Bloodline rules. What can we expect? We know the Bloodline is vast. Can we expect any surprises?
You can.
That's such a
What's your name?
political answer.
Emily.
Yeah.
Emily. Absolutely. Final Boss can't tell you that. I can't tell everybody that. I got to keep everybody guessing, including Cody Rhodes. That's important. So, yeah, great question. You can sure expect the unexpected and a lot of surprises. Appreciate you taking a swing. Take a swing. Take a shot at it. What can we expect? You have a question? Yeah. Sure.
In 2003, you had a moment where the rundown came out, and in that, you had a moment with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yes.
Where he basically passed the torch.
He said, "Have fun."
He said, "Have fun," and that was a moment for you when you were basically taking on the opportunity to become the next great action star.
Yeah.
And now you've gotten to the point where you're older than he was at that point.
Mhm.
And it doesn't feel like you're passing the torch. It feels like you're entering a new kind of stratosphere. And you also have like an opportunity to do a movie with A24. And it feels like you're transitioning into this whole new era, not just Rock 10.0, but Dwayne Johnson feels like you're developing differently. Can you kind of talk about
Wait,
just
we're
how
doing an
you feel like the last couple of
A24
years have been
movie?
for you, and what
You're
caused
telling
you
me
to
he's
kind of
actually
make
gonna
this
act?
new transition this late into your career?
Crazy.
I can. Yes, it's a great question. I realized that you're very attuned. By the way, that's a great question. And then we could wrap it up. I know everybody's tired, and I need a cheat meal, and some tequila. A couple of years ago,
They were sponsoring whiskey, and he's talking
to
about
the T, actually, I started to
I'm surprised
realize
they didn't sponsor his
um,
tequila.
I started to look at my
tequila.
career and look where I had been lucky enough to go, and look to where I do want to go as I move forward in our crazy lives. And I realized then a couple of years ago that I had reached a point in my life in a position where, again, I'm very lucky, very fortunate. I work hard. I believe in hard work, a little bit of luck, and surrounding yourself with people who are a lot smarter than I am, which isn't hard to do. And I realized that I was lucky enough to be on a mountaintop. A few things could happen. I could either be satisfied or ride off into the sunset, or kind of just um, ride the success I've been able to have, and we'll see how it all shakes out. Or the other option, I didn't like any of those options. The other option that I realized I want to do is I want to go make new mountain, and I want to go make more mountain. And what does that look like? And who can I partner with, and who can I build? And in that, you mentioned A24. We're shooting that movie with Benny Safdie. We're going to start very soon, next month, with Emily Blunt too as well, and A24, as you said. It's called The Smashing Machine. I look forward to that, and I look forward to in any, whether it's in Hollywood or any vertical of business, it's just building new mountain. That's where I'm at in my life, and that's where I'm at in my career. So this Final Boss idea and run, I don't want it to be finite. I want it to continue, and so this is all part Final Boss of building new mountain with a company that I love, that's in my blood and in my DNA, in WWE, and in a world that I love, is professional wrestling. But same thing applies to Hollywood, and same thing applies to all this other stuff that I'm lucky enough to do. I also realized a couple of years ago that I want to make sure I've reached this point in my life where we all get there, whether we're there already or whether you're going to get there, is I want to make sure that when I'm waking up in the morning, the thing that I'm doing, I'm loving it and I'm running towards it.
Before
I want to wake up and run towards it. I don't want to wake up and kind of get pulled towards it and go, oh man, I got to do that. Which again, we've all been there, but so that's the point I'm at in my life. So the A24, the Smashing Machine, WWE, Final Boss, this other stuff I'm doing, I'm getting up and I'm running towards it, and I could just give all my passion to it. And it's all about, these days for me, building new mountain. And what does that look like? So thank you, man. Thank you, everybody, so much. I appreciate it. Everybody have a good night. Thank you. Good job, Emily.
Oh, yeah. He even said, "Good job, Emily, trying to make me say something I don't want to say." It's crazy. All right, I think music's done.
Of WWE for some remarks. Please welcome Paul Triple H Levesque.
Paul Levesque.
You think after
I don't know, what, 25, 30 years now, I would have learned never follow the rock. But here I am. Anyway, thank you all for being here. And I just want to take a second to thank our partners for tonight, which I thought was a spectacular evening. But I just want to take a second to run through that. Lincoln Financial Field were amazing partners, as well as the
They
Eagles
had a lot
here.
of sponsors.
And Wells Fargo Center, Philadelphia Visitors and Convention Center,
That's
all
okay.
made it possible for us to be here. You know, I feel like when we come into these cities and we sort of take over, in many ways, it's imperative for us to have the right partners in those locations and in those cities. And it couldn't have been any better than it was and is right now here in Philly, still continuing. And thank all of you. It's a packed room. I don't know if the guy before me had anything to do with that, maybe a little bit, but I really appreciate it. We also have, just over the course of this week, other partners that were instrumental in us being here. Partnership that we have with Michael Rubin and Fanatics to create a WWE World, which is,
Which
you
I'm
know,
going tomorrow.
WWE is such an
It's gonna be
impactful
part of my
part
vlog.
of so many people's lives that I think in many ways, as I've seen through my career and everything I've done, it touches people's lives, whether it's this unbelievable form of entertainment where they can just escape from their everyday things that they have to go to or go through, or whether they're dealing with some incredible hardship or whatever is going on in their life, whether it's 3 hours on a Monday or 2 hours on a Friday or whatever that is, where they can just shut off, escape, go into this fantasy world and just be there and experience everything, the energy, the excitement, the ups and the downs of that, and just make them forget about everything that's going on in a place where they can just go enjoy. WWE World is a place for those people to come together and be in that environment, in that world, so to speak. And it's an incredible partnership. I think that as I, got to experience a little bit over this weekend, fans seem to just be incredibly excited about and excited to just be in that environment. We look forward to doing a lot more with them on that. Our superstars this week appeared in so many things, dozens of television shows, podcasts, The Tonight Show, First Take, The Today Show. Pat McAfee was doing his entire ESPN show from WWE World. Joe Tessitore and Sports Center are probably still live upstairs right now. That's been incredible. Also, our community outreach here has been just an awesome part of what we do. I think for our superstars, our staff, for all of us, it's probably one of the favorite things that we do in these environments. When we come in for a WrestleMania, we're here for a week. For us to be able to connect, with Make-A-Wish kids from the area or from all over the globe that come here to be a part of WrestleMania, whether it's Boys and Girls Club and supporting that, or Special Olympics. It was an amazing experience here for our superstars and hopefully for them as well. So I just wanted to mention our partnerships with them. Last night was the highest grossing SmackDown of all time. And I'll back up from that. Raw in Chicago leading in was the highest grossing television event that we have ever done domestically. SmackDown, highest grossing of all time. This afternoon, NXT, Shawn Michaels and that crew set a record for NXT, which I just want to take a step back and just my hat's off to them. What they've accomplished in the last few years with NXT has been nothing short of amazing. You see kids there that from the time they very first stepped through the ropes for the absolute first time, within a year to 2 years, are just lighting the world on fire. And you can see that future developing right before your eyes. Every time I watch NXT now, to me, it's like a breath
Still
of fresh air, because
motivating.
I think like, wow, our future is just incredibly bright. Like all the talent that we have, and I see what Sean is doing there, and I see what is set up behind him to come next, and it's incredible. So proud of them for getting that back to where it needs to be. Um, it's nothing short of remarkable. Um, Tonight, the biggest WrestleMania of all time. We said it a lot, and we'll have more numbers tomorrow and Monday. But we broke our all-time single night gate record here tonight. That is something that Nick and I and the team spend a lot of time pouring through, is how to increase that, but yet still remain in that zone where anybody can come to a show. We're not pricing our fans out of the market. We are very conscious of making sure that everybody out there can enjoy
And that's
WWE.
just everybody.
And that's
I
important to
feel
us.
like
So it's
I
not
feel
just
like
all about the
Ticketmaster
money and the
and
numbers. It's
all
about
these
making sure
third-party
everybody can take
websites
part.
with these scalpers with viewers.
75,542 in
do
attendance
believe
tonight. Amazing night for us.
artists,
Was
sponsors,
incredibly excited. I
wrestlers,
thought the show was
organizations,
spectacular.
they
I
make
thought
them cheap.
talent delivered. Mother Nature cooperative with us this week, throwing
It
everything
was so
at us
cold.
from small
Myself and
earthquakes
Furrow
to
got here on Wednesday night, and it was like
some very
cold.
cold and windy weather. I'm glad it didn't rain, but
It
was a
rained
bit
on Wednesday,
chilly
and
at
supposedly it rained
ringside. I don't know if any
Tuesday.
of the other
It was bad Tuesday.
talent talked about it, but
Then when we
I've
got
heard
here,
quite a few stories about wind gusts that
it was
just put
really
a chill
bad.
through people. And when you're having to be physical in what we do, that's a difficult situation. So my hat is off to the talent tonight. All
Because
of
I
them.
guarantee you,
I could go through the matches, but
Triple H,
I
The
think
Rock
everybody
never
would have the
wrestled
same
in the
opinion. They
cold.
just all put on
Well,
a
maybe. I mean,
tremendous
they did do
performance.
New York.
And I would want to single out Rock, because when you don't do this on the regular, it is incredibly difficult. That could be physically the most difficult thing I've ever done in my life, is trying to do this on occasion. And for him to come back, for him to want to come back and do this. I know his passion for it, the goosebump things I've been watching for 30 years with him, and he has the passion that we all have for it. There's absolutely no form of entertainment like this on the planet. Nothing else can do that for you. The dedication, the sacrifice of somebody that does not have to do this to come back and entertain our fans, to, as he said, to create a new mountain for himself and take that challenge. My hat's off to him. This is not easy. What he did is not easy. And he looked like he'd never missed a beat. He looked like he was in better shape than ever. He looked like he was moving as well as ever. Remarkable. And I also just want to say thanks to him, because, again, he doesn't need to be here. But I appreciate, I think one thing that's always bonded in some way, he and I know he said that we had a conversation earlier, which meant a lot to me for sure. But the thing that's bonded us in a way is our passion for this. No matter all the other things that were going on, we both understand that deep inside his DNA, this is what he loves. And same for me. And I think that is a bond for the two of us that can never be broken. And I think we've had a blast here in this journey of creating the final boss and all that it means. If you told me a few months ago that he would have gone down that road of turning heel, I would have thought you were insane. But the second it was brought up,
It was
there was no
necessary.
doubt that it was the right thing to do. So
Exactly.
excited for it. This is a unique situation where night one of WrestleMania feeds into night two, and the story carries on.
Which that's
How
what
does
myself
Cody
and Furrow
overcome?
are going to talk about.
Lot to think about overnight, and a lot to see tomorrow. So
I feel like it's only
excited
two
about it.
matches that are
We're
played
just getting started. And as I
tonight.
said at the beginning of the night, when I was
Maybe
fortunate enough to be able to
Robinson,
go out there and
Drew,
experience that
McIntyre,
crowd,
and
this is a
obviously
new time
the Cody
on
and
all
Roman
levels.
storyline.
Dwayne just said the same thing. New time, new era, and we're just getting started. So I don't see this as the culmination of the hard work that's been happening over the last year, 2 years or whatever, I see it as the launching point. I see it as this is the start. This is the beginning. So with that, I'll open it up to questions.
Start off in
Yeah,
the third
he
row.
hasn't even answered.
Philip,
I thought he was
powerful
answering his
announcing.
question.
I have a two-part question. Just take me through tonight as your first night as head of creative, and what did Paul Heyman's comments mean to you in his Hall of Fame speech last night?
Well, so to talk about Paul Heyman, he is one of the greatest minds in this business, the greatest talkers in this business.
He's the reason why I love SmackDown when I was growing up.
So, you know, if you have that level of respect that I have for Paul Heyman, and then he's standing on that stage on a night that's supposed to be about him, and he is saying those things about you, it's incredibly meaningful. I was very touched. Paul and I
No Diddy.
have now, always have had a wonderful working relationship. His Hall of Fame ring has an insignia on the inside. They can get whatever they want engraved on the inside, what's important to them. And Paul said, I leave it up to you. He would have to tell you what I wrote in there if he would want to, because it's between he and I. But if he wanted to tell you, he could. But
yeah, tell it.
The word that I put inside of his ring is exactly how I feel about him. So, meant a lot. As far as what tonight was, just incredible. You know, it's a very personal business for me. And I hear that, I hear the word, and everybody will read into this, whatever. But I hear the word, oh, I love this business, or oh, that guy loves this business, or this person loves the business. I love this business. I hear that a lot. But I see it in certain people. And there's as kids say, there's levels to that, right? So there's a certain passion that you just can't take out of people. When I said tonight in the ring, I live for this, I meant it. I think it's the greatest form of entertainment in the world. And I want to see it continue. I want to see it thrive. I want to take it places it's never been before. The team that we have is incredible. I want to work with the most talented people in the world. I want to work with Nick Khan. I think he and I make magic together. I do. I want to work with Rock. I think he and I make magic together, have for 30 years. You know, it's all about
oh man, I'm sorry, my
creating
thing.
new stuff, taking it places it's never been before. So, as the first one, sort of, or as the first night of WrestleMania, that was in my role, unique to me and my responsibility. It was incredible.
Mike Hoppinger, ESPN. Triple H, you mentioned earlier, how impressed you were with The Rock, and of course, how difficult it is to do this after not doing it for 11 years. And as somebody who's been on both sides of it, both as one of the best performers, but now on this side as well. Is there anything that Rock did that really impressed you above all else that you could, and also maybe that was a surprise?
I think so. It wouldn't be the physical part, right? Because I think he loves this, and he's going to throw caution to the wind. He's going to do it, right? And it's going to be amazing. But he's going to go all out in that. When you've done this a long time, and you're around it every day like that, you see composure in people that I can spot it in people now. It's my job to spot it in people now, right? To some degree. So I can spot it and tell you who's comfortable, who's not, who's running through a bunch of stuff and doesn't feel it, who's just doing things. The most impressive thing to me was his composure and his being in the moment and his feel. So I could see him feeling everything that was happening. I could see it resonating in him, and I could see his composure. When you haven't done this for a while and adrenaline hits you and you're in front of all those people and man, you're zoned in fast and you move fast with it and you think you're not, but you are. And, it's the thing that you see stars that have been doing this a long time that have really gotten to that next level, that there's a calm. He was calm. And to be gone that long and be that calm and that composed and that in control and feel and let it happen and feel it and digest it and then let it come out of you. And there's not very many people that can do that, because that's the part that escapes you. You still do all the same stuff. Maybe you still know where to put it all. You still know the reactions that it might get, but that composure is what makes the magic. And he still has that magic. He still feels every single bit of it. It's, again, though, it's why he gets the goosebumps, right? Like that's a part of it. So it's, if I was to say anything, it's that composure, having been gone that long, that just, to me, that's awe-inspiring.
Hi, Paul. Isa
Hi.
with Lucha Libre Online. Congratulations on an excellent night.
Thank you.
I just wanted to go over the decision of starting the show with Rhea Ripley and Becky Lynch. I think the start of the show is as important how it ends, and it was awesome to see the women kick off the show tonight.
Thank you. Yeah, look, everything goes in the show for a specific reason and to where it sits for, and it's not a perfect science, right? In many ways you're feeling it, like I just talked about, right? So what's the feel of the show? But I don't know that clearly in this night with The Rock here, you're closing with The Rock, right? That clearly. But when I looked at the rest of it,
those facts.
It wasn't even a choice for me. Like, that Becky and Rhea are going to open the show. That is, I know it's going to deliver. I know it's going to be incredible. I know they're going to go at it right from the get-go. The entrances are going to be spectacular. Like, all of it is going to work. So when I look at it, to me, it's like, what do I want to launch this with? What's my first step out of the gate? And there was no doubt for me. And I don't look at that, and I've said this before, I do not look at that as, the women or did they deserve this or did they deserve that? Like, it's not that. If the women are put in the spots because it's the best spot, right? And I truly believe that. I don't think about it in that manner. I don't think the women should go here, or and to me, if I was thinking about it, as we're putting all this together, in my mind, if I was thinking about it as to like, maybe we should put the women in that, like, maybe we should do something with the women there. We haven't done that for a little bit. Like, what? But then how is that equality? You know what I mean? Like, it's not how it should be thought of. I see every athlete we have is the same. Doesn't matter to me, male, female, anything else, doesn't matter.
Robot that's curious of his own kind.
Hi, Brandon Thurston, Wrestlenomics. I was wondering if you could give us an update on the status of Brock Lesnar. Is he still under contract? And was there a plan for him to return at the Royal
the
Rumble
real
at any
question.
point? And is there any consideration for him to return at this point?
So they're at one point there was a conversation with Brock about Royal Rumble quite a long time ago. Right now, Brock is home being Brock, and we'll see where that leads to, from here.
That means he's rich and does not care
Status
about
is
the
the same as it's
business.
been before. Brock is not gone from WWE. He's just home being Brock.
Final question. Jan Murphy, Post Media in Canada. You talked a little bit earlier about Sean, and Sean's perhaps most famous for his WrestleMania appearances. Sami Zayn continues to have amazing WrestleMania appearances. What do you see in Sami that might be similar to what we saw in Sean? Big time, performer on big platform like WrestleMania.
So a lot of people would look at Sean back then, even now, and they would see Sean as this like spectacular performer, right? Like the moves that he did and all these spectacular things that he did. You know, Sean was doing a lot of that at a period of time, maybe before everybody else was, which is why I think so many younger talent relate towards him. But the thing that made Sean so good was his ability to pull emotion out of you. It wasn't the moves. The moves were like the special effects. Sean is unbelievable at getting emotion out. So when you hit Sean and he goes down and he sells, you feel bad for him and you want him to do better, and he just can get that emotion out of you. When Sean begins to then make a comeback and begins to fire up and begins to put that anger out or whatever it is, that aggression out, you believe it and you buy into it. And he's a pit bull when he's on you. It's emotion. We sell emotion. We build stories and sell emotion. It's not the moves. It's not the spots. It's not the sequences or whatever, however people want to say it. It's emotion. Yes, those things all lead into it, but without it, it's just a video game or it doesn't mean anything.
Real hip hop.
What you saw on Sammy and Gunther tonight was two people that are geniuses at pulling emotion out of you. And that's Sammy's calling card. Yes, he does spectacular things, but his ability as a performer, as an actor, as whatever you want to call it, to pull that emotion out of people is awesome. And it's why he's in the spot he's in. It's why he's as good as he is. Thank you.
Paul, thank you so much for taking some time to chat with us.
Thank you all for being here. I'm guessing I'll see most of you tomorrow. So thank you. Go home, get some sleep. I'm going to try to for a couple minutes and then start working on tomorrow. So thank you very much for being here, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Lot of work. A lot of work. Speaking of work, shoot, I'm getting tired. Front row Phil's still en route, but we'll see. If he's down to do it, I'm down to do it. If not, then we'll just keep this here. What's going on? We have Ripley. I'll do just recapping everything. All right. Yep, that's it. So alrighty. Again, WrestleMania was really good. I like it. Sadly, I had to watch it on my phone since I was planning on doing a watch along and have people come in, chat, watch it with me while I'm streaming it. But according to my computer, my thing ain't updated. So my thing was not updated and I couldn't do it. Luckily with the YouTube, you saw the way I did it. I was gonna do that with the Peacock, but it didn't let me. Sucks. But yeah, so I don't know if I should just let this run and just sit back a little bit, since like I said, I don't want to talk about anything until Front Row Phil gets here. Plus, I don't want to pause it for too long, because then I'll probably have to edit it. We'll see. All right, so I'm gonna exit a little bit. I'll play some music. Hold on. So can I play some music? Very cool. Here when I move out. All right, I'll be back in a second.
Pour one out for Uncle Ben. Pour it out for him. Yeah.
All right, so we pour it out for Uncle Ben. Anyways, all right, so now,
Finally!
you know what they say.
The Aggregates have come back to Philadelphia.
You got to do the tongue. You got to do the. Anyways, you know what they say, like two's a party, three's a crowd, one is a lonely bastard.
True. One is the loneliest.
So yeah, so welcome everybody.
Who is everybody? How many people are on right now?
Why do you do this? Why do you
Dude,
do
I
this?
try to motivate and support my brother.
You know what really grinds my gears?
Like when you just disrespect me in front of people.
Wait, there's got to be people. So if a tree falls in the woods and no one's there to hear it, did it really make a noise? If I insult you and no one hears it, is it truly an insult?
Just because you smack somebody doesn't mean that they don't get a black eye. You still see a
I mean,
black
Cody
eye.
Rhodes got smacked so many times. I don't see that white boy get any black anything on him other than his wife. Hello.
All right, so guys, if we say anything offending, it's because it's after hours.
It is way after hours, brothers and sisters.
All right, so
and we are caffeinated.
So as you can see from the comment, I said fast forward to a minute 13, but we started at a minute, not a minute, an hour 19, but whatever. Y'all know what I mean. I want to remove this out the way. So how was it? How was the show, the whole shebang? Tell me the first thing that happened, because you tried to tell me the story, but I tell you to pause because I want you to tell the audience of the definition of Philadelphia.
Oh yeah, it's the land of brotherly love.
Yeah,
So I was able to get in easily. Actually, I was very impressed. It was a whole lot easier getting in than getting out. I think it's the story of my life. But anyways, as I was getting in, waiting in line, all of a sudden, someone's walking around with this beautiful jersey. And this is a jersey that me and the homie here were eyeing because, I mean, it's $100. And honestly, I bought one for my brother. So I didn't have another, 100 just laying around. And he's like, you know what, my friend, I'll hook you up. I said, okay, hook me up. What do you got? $50. I'm like, $50? And I felt it, touched it. I was like, it's legit. No, she said, it's legit. It's got the brand name on it and everything. And then you could tell it's $100.
And not only the tag, the tags as well. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah, everything. It was brand new, right? And I said, so what happened? Did it fall off a turnip truck? He's like, oh man, I just bought it. And no returnees. Yeah. So you're gonna take $100. You can take a $50 loss.
Wait, so he bought he had a stack with him, right?
No, he only had this one that
fell
off a turnip truck. Wink, wink.
Oh, so
he's
like Ringo Loco.
Yeah, pretty much.
So he's like, nah, man, this is the last one.
Last one, brother. Last one. I'll hook you up.
I'll hook you up, man. Even though Gringo Loco didn't hook me up, but it is still a fire.
But he probably legitimately got Gringo Loco's last one. Maybe not.
Probably not. I don't believe it. I don't believe what that man says, even though he's an amazing wrestler.
So
the nicest guy ever. But when it comes to hustle, I'm not gonna believe it.
Well, this brother was hustling too. So he's like, dude, it's a great deal, $50. And I said, like, it's a really good deal, but I was really eyeing the black one, and it's not really my color. But so let me tell you what I'll do. I'll give you $40 for it. He's like, dude, I'm giving you $50 off. And I was like, but it fell off a turnip truck. Wink, wink. He's like, you know what? You make a hard deal. $40, please. So I took this brand new baby home. Gonna wear it tomorrow at WrestleMania night 2. In fact, wearing it for our special after hours.
Which I told him, like, he doesn't have to. It has to be fresh and clean. I want him to get dry clean. He had a cold Philly cheesesteak, and he touched it like 3 times with his dirty ass.
I did.
So yeah, so getting in was easy. Getting out was hard because, as the audience,
it's a road trap, bro.
Felt my pain.
It's a road trap.
So how was the whole setup?
It was okay. It's an older stadium. We've done a lot of these stadium shows, right? So he can tell you, like, the stadiums are interesting. Like LA is a newer stadium, so it was a nice setup.
That was a brand new one, right?
Brand new one, yeah.
How new?
I'd say probably about 5 years, 6 years.
Yeah, because that's where the
Rams moved. Rams and the who else moved over there?
Chargers. They both share that stadium.
Okay.
And then Las Vegas is a newer stadium. It's nice.
So
The interesting thing about these newer stadiums, even Reliant, when we did Reliant, and also what was it, Cowboy Stadium, AT&T Stadium. Those stadiums, for all strange purposes, even though they're football stadiums, they're actually built for people to come from downstairs out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is interesting because you got like almost 400 people down on the ground level where literally a football game happens, right? And usually at a football stadium, 400 people aren't ground level and 400 people aren't trying to get the heck out of the building.
Yeah,
right?
It's like very narrow.
However, when you're in an old ass building like the one that we were in here in Philadelphia, it is an act of Congress. You literally have to go up into the building to go down, right? So you go up, you go down, and then getting out, you go up, then you go down. So it's hassle, and especially if you've got a chair and you've got a bunch of people with chairs, they're clickety clacketing all over the place, hitting me in the face, and I'm like, dude, watch a chair.
Dude, they're hitting your face.
Well, so what happens is a lot of people are doing it like this.
Oh, that, and then
yeah,
poke my eyes.
yeah, and then there are people that have two, with 3 chairs. I don't know if they got 2 or 3 seats, but they got 2 or 3 chairs. Did
we not say it's Philadelphia?
WWE needs to do a better job. But on that note, hey WWE, thanks for the jersey. But yeah, the guys have to do a better job of that kind of stuff.
Watch DJ see this video. Hey DJ, if you're watching, like and subscribe. Watch DJ watch this video. It's like, hey. That's my $60.
Well, the chairs were $150, honestly, if you bought them online. So that's the guy that took out literally 3, probably paid for 1 seat. So that was $300 still for the WWE.
That's all right. It's all right. I saw a certain somebody steal right in front of me. I'm not gonna out them because they probably watched this. And like,
was it a chair?
No, it was a small item on a self checkout. I was like, hey, you forgot to check that out. He looked at me like this and he walked away. And I was like, okay.
And this friend is a cop.
No, it's not him. Not him. Anyways, so all right, so oh shit, where's my phone? Oh, it's over there. We'll probably remember it. I have the results because
I was gonna say there's not that many matches.
I felt well. The reason I say this because I fell asleep on the Becky Lynch match.
The first match of the night, ladies and gentlemen, that was the first match.
And
of the
then
night.
half of the dude, I was tired. Once you guys see my vlog, I don't know if it was probably after this because obviously we're gonna air this because this is live.
Yeah.
Once you see my vlog, we did a lot of stuff, and I'm over here looking at my clips, and it's almost an hour and a half.
Oh, dude, your time is wrong, right? You're still in freaking Houston time.
Yeah, I'm in Houston time.
You're an idiot.
Why?
Because I'm looking at that. I'm like, oh, it's not that late, and then I realize, it's late.
No, but it's not late in my mind, you know.
All right, let's finish this off. Because, ladies and gentlemen, I need to get to bed. I'm tired. This man slept for 3 hours. I didn't sleep.
I didn't sleep for 3 hours. I slept for 2 matches. Well, one and a half.
So an hour. He slept for an hour, which is an hour more than me, and I need my baby sleep. All right, so first match.
Becky Lynch versus Rhea Ripley.
So we talked about this, right?
Entrance was fire.
I said Rhea was going to win.
Yes.
And you said Becky was going to win.
I thought it was the other way around.
Oh, maybe it was the other way around.
No, you're right. Because we have the same mentality. Both women need something.
Right.
I say that Becky Lynch needs the belts so that she can have a book tour. You say that Mommy has been dominant and needs the real.
To keep it. And I said Mommy could be the next Roman Reigns, honestly. And I firmly believe that they will push her to be the next Roman Reigns, and the next person that will dethrone her will be the 18-time heavyweight champion of the world, Charlotte Flair.
Woo!
Yeah.
Hey man, any woman that does a cha-cha slide with a knee brace on has a lot of respect on my book.
Yeah.
So
she was at the meet and greet for the Elite. For the WWE thing.
Wait, Charlotte?
Yeah.
She was there?
She was there.
What's she smell like?
I'm not elite, bro.
Oh, you're not elite?
I'm all elite. Hey.
Oh, so you meet Britt Baker. Cool.
Yeah. I
bet
Britt smells good.
So again, if
by
you
the way,
want
like and subscribe. Chugs, love you too.
Anyways, again, if you want to talk about your backstage experience, please do so. If not, don't worry about it.
No, it was I'll tell you, I did this in LA. LA was nicer, but I had a better package. This package, I was a pool boy, and it was okay.
Okay. So nobody special?
No meet and greets.
Oh, so that's
Let's
the
see
only
who
thing.
was there, and they did talkings. It was the green hair girl that broke her ACL.
Green hair girl.
Shooty.
Oh, Shotzi.
Shotzi. Yeah,
Shotzi.
shitty.
She's Filipino.
No, just kidding. I love you. Mr. Philadelphia himself, Ricochet.
He's from Philly?
No, but he's a big Philadelphia Eagles fan.
Well, they do have something in common. They fly.
True. So he was cool. He gave props when they asked him about who his favorite rivals were. He actually named two people that actually work for AEW.
Will Ospreay.
Will Ospreay's one. Think of the other one. Used to work for WWE.
Adam Cole.
No. Flippity floppity guy. Come on. He's naming flippity floppity guys. You can think of this flippity floppity.
Can't be Matt Sydal.
British flippity floppity.
Oh,
two British flippity
Pac?
floppity guys. There you go. He named two British flippity floppity guys. And
So,
then you know what he
Ospreay,
said?
Pac.
You know what he said? You know
Wait.
who his rival is now? Oh, you know
Ivar.
this. You know this.
Ivar.
SmackDown. SmackDown. Flippity floppity. Another British flippity floppity guy.
SmackDown.
Judgment Day. Was he SmackDown or Raw?
Wait, Finn Balor? Oh, not flippity guy.
Who's-
JD McDonough?
Yes. So he said JD McDonough is his.
I don't think he's a flippity floppity.
Well,
guy.
he did that. Remember that one move where
the
technically
corkscrew,
corkscrew.
the AJ move.
Yes, no,
early
he also
2002.
Yes, it also did the what was it?
It's called Spinal
the
Tap.
the Canadian Destroyer.
Oh, the
where
standing.
where he's standing. He
the
stopped
standing Canadian Destroyer.
mid-air Canadian Destroyer is what I like to call it, because he like literally caught him in mid-air and then they did it, and I was like, that was impressive.
Yeah, so
flippity floppity guys.
So not only flippity floppity guys, is people that are from the English area.
Yeah, he likes English women.
English people. I mean,
English flippity floppity guys.
But I know how he likes his women.
She's English. She's American actually, and she does a wonderful job on the
She almost
MC.
cried on one announcement, but we'll get there. All right, so
so we did Becky.
Becky is
so where's Becky going with this? Do you think what's Becky's?
She's doing a book tour.
So you think that's what it is?
I mean,
I'll tell you though.
Other than being a mom,
so being as close as I was,
which you can see him because he's wearing a U of H red hat. He's on your left side of the screen on his stage right.
Yeah, for the two people watching this, yeah, please go back and watch this. But Becky,
you're gonna remember this.
Becky is wow. That's all I can say. Becky's wow.
Really?
Yeah, Becky's wow.
I mean,
she's in there with mommy, and mommy's wow. But
mommy's wow.
But Becky is wow. I mean, the definition of a MILF is Becky. Wow. I mean, Seth is. I don't desire other people's women. I know I have a beautiful woman at home, but she's gorgeous.
Scab.
What? What? No, bet.
Mr. Oh man, hey, if I was a single man and she was a single woman,
I'd have no chance in hell. But either here,
sorry, I went with my
but yes, she's gorgeous and she's a great performer. And honestly, they did a really good job.
They did it
for an opening match.
For the recap that I watched at the end,
they did a good job.
It looked like they did a great job.
Did a really good job. And
again, I'm sorry. Hopefully people don't think I hate women's wrestling because I don't. I was really tired.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I'll rank the show at the end, but I thought honestly every match was really well done. The performance had enough time to deliver. I thought the main event ran a little bit too long, but other than that, I thought everything else was on point and perfect.
All right, so you said okay, we'll rank them at the end. All right, so let's move on to the 4-way ladder match.
Yeah.
4-way
ladder match.
Yeah, it's 4 teams. How many teams were they?
More than 4 teams, bro. You didn't count. There's like 6 teams.
Judgment Day,
New
Republic, New Day.
British Strong Style is like you like to call them. The Australian guy and the guy from Atlanta, the AAs, as I like to call them.
They call them the Aussie A's or something.
Aussie A's, A Train, and A Town, and whatever. Yeah, and then Awesome Truth, and then who am I missing?
DIY,
DIY,
DXIY.
6 teams. It was a cluster, man. Those guys all were in there.
So here's the thing, which I wish I would have gone, but then at the same time, we won't have this discussion because you saw it from a live, from a what's that word? Live, I guess.
Yeah.
Live point of view, and I saw it from a television point of view.
Right.
If I would have had alcohol, I would have been drunk on that match, because you know how many times the commentator said, if one team grabs one belt, that means the match is not over.
Right. They split the belts on purpose.
So if you guys didn't pass your basic second grade English literature, that's called context clues. And let me tell you something.
Ricochet's girlfriend pretty much announced that before the match even started.
Exactly. Y'all heard it once.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the commentators.
Well, you got the voice of the WWE. You got Tweedledee,
which first of all,
and
I want to.
Tweedledum.
First of all, oh my God, Michael Cole. If y'all talk mad shit about Michael Cole's legacy, y'all need to stop, because he has delivered amazing calls. Like during his heel run era, that's the only time I hated him, because he was supposed to be a heel.
Mhm.
But as a normal, non-biased commentator,
so he hasn't reached that JR. Put him out to the pasture and shoot him.
No. He's gone to that JR era, but Attitude Era JR.
Oh, not JR now, where you take him to the back
like,
and you're like, I'm sorry, oh yeah, I love you, but I got to put you down.
He's not at that era where like, God dang it, back in my day,
Yep.
one super kick is enough. These kids do 15 super kicks and God.
Yeah. Okay.
No, he's got to that point where he
So
analyzes.
He's still Tony Schiavone.
Yes, he analyzes everything and he roots for like the common sense.
Yeah.
Even if they're bad guys, if it's like common sense, it's like, okay, I understand why they're doing
So
this.
I didn't watch it, right? So in theory now, who was his partner
for today?
Not McAfee, but the other guy.
Corey.
So Corey plays the straight guy now on SmackDown, right? I mean, technically he's Cole on SmackDown. On SmackDown, he's Cole because you got what's his face doing color, right? He's no longer the color guy. He is actually now the voice of SmackDown. So how do they handle that with the voice of SmackDown, the voice of Raw, and Pat McAfee?
So you know how I just said that Michael Cole is Attitude Era JR?
Yeah.
Imagine if the King had twins during this Attitude Era run.
You mean if he had puppies?
He got puppies. Yeah. So that's basically he had JR. There's one JR and two Kings.
Oh, that's not good.
Annoying.
I bet because you know what happens?
Annoying.
One tries to top the other off, right? It's like having two kids, twins, and they're like,
now. Yeah, so it's basically like one zings one, and then the other one's like, I want to zing too.
All right, fine.
So
I'm glad I didn't watch it live because I didn't think that was going to be
with Michael Cole and Pat McAfee on Raw. Sounds simple. One's a commentator and one's a color.
Yeah, so I don't need.
But with three of them,
I hate to say this, I the best combo right now is Pat McAfee and the voice of the WWE, Mr. Cole. Those two together are the best combo. You only need two people. You don't need three.
Okay, before we move on, this is probably another discussion for another day. What's your dream commentating team? Like, if you want somebody to call your life,
like history-wise?
No, just your fantasy commentators. I'll start it off. All right, play-by-play, Joey Styles, color commentator, color commentator Tony Schiavone.
Oh, really? You don't want the King?
No,
okay.
Absolutely not. And then the guy that knows about wrestling and life, Taz.
Yeah, Taz wouldn't even be on my top 5. Honestly,
I grew up with Taz. Remember, I grew up in the SmackDown Ruthless Aggression era, so that's why I put respect on Michael Cole's name. And Taz is like that witty New York type of guy. I don't know why I like the New York accent. It's I'm from the South. I'm from Texas. I like that southern twang.
For me, I hate to say this. You go with a 3-man rotation. I'll go with the
I
2
did
man.
3-man just in case.
I'll go
If
with
I
the
do 2,
I'll do the 2.
Okay.
So for me,
no,
it's classic Vince McMahon and Bobby the Brain Heenan.
No. Let me change mine. What's his
Just
name?
2.
Okay, 2. Okay, I'll do 2. All right. So I want the professor, Mike.
Oh, Mike Tenay.
Mike
Yeah.
Tenay. Mike Tenay, and then I want to put Don West, but then that's just putting TNA. Because I love Don
TNA
West.
over. Yeah.
All right, so I'll do
So
Mike
you
Mike
went with-
Tenay and Joey Styles.
Okay, I went with the classic Vince McMahon because I think classic Vince McMahon is actually as a commentator.
Yeah, we know how classic he is.
Yeah, well, not classy, classic.
Classor.
Right. Not class suit. Not class. Class suit. Class suit.
Class A lawsuit.
So I say Vince McMahon and Bobby the Brain Heenan.
Right,
That's kind of, it's generational, as you can tell. It's like
Yeah, it is generational. I mean, but I didn't grow up with Joey Styles. I listened to. I was born in the 90s.
So Joey Styles, in my opinion, the best analogy for Joey Styles is Excalibur. Excalibur is this generation's Joey Styles.
That is a great way of saying
because Joey Styles was a one-man announce table, and if you watch any of the old PWG tapes, and I'm not counting AEW, but if you watch any of the old PWG tapes, when he had obviously come in and out,
there was an era where
he is Joey Styles of PWG.
When the PWG stopped being cloudy and went to that HD era, yeah, that's the good Excalibur era. No, I describe Joey Styles as like that kid from school that doesn't want to do a group project with anybody because he feels like it'll bring him down. So even though he's like antisocial, he's still the smart ass kid.
Yeah.
All right. So back to the tag team matches.
Oh yeah.
So like I said, the reason why we went to this announcer tangent because of how annoyed I was listening to Pat McAfee trying to outsmart Michael Cole, and then how Corey Graves is just like, hey, don't slap him in the back of the head, slap him in the front. So I just felt annoyed, and I felt bad for Michael Cole. Michael Cole, God bless you. I hope you have a wonderful retirement, whatever you do.
Oh, he's aiming for it soon too.
I know, especially that video that you sent me. Yeah, that kind of
it kind of like when he talks about, I was 18 years old when WrestleMania 40 happened, and I was like
40.
I mean, it was our WrestleMania
first one.
Sorry, first one.
Wait,
I was like,
he was 18.
Yeah, he was in college, freshman in college. So 18 or 19. I mean, or 20 at the most. But yeah, he's not a young man. So 20. Let's say he's 20. All right, let's say he was 20. He had 40 to that.
So you're telling me Michael
he's like
Cole,
60 something.
So you're telling me that Michael Cole's gonna retire before JR?
Yeah, I can see Michael Cole peacefully.
In the classroom.
But can I be honest though? In all honesty, I think JR would have retired peacefully too if his beautiful wife did not pass away.
Yeah, I totally agree. I agree because I'm in this class. Again, we're great commentators. I'm
a great commentator.
I'm in this class. It's called Nutrition and Aging, and we're in a section about isolation, especially for the elderly. And the moment that their spouse or anybody that means so much to them passes away or they're gone, like they become totally depressed to the point that if they're not doing something, then it's like
they pass away, ladies and gentlemen. They slowly die.
So, and the same thing happened to Johnny Cash when his wife passed away. He told Rick Rubin, "Hey, make me work. Even when I don't feel like writing songs, make me write a song. Because if you don't, I'm gonna die." He said that, and Rick Rubin just put his ass to work, and to the point that we got the cover of Hurt. So I like it. Anyway, so I do agree with JR working. Just do it backstage, bro.
I think if he was creative rather than announcing, I think honestly
easier.
But can I be honest with him as well? With
Yeah.
JR, I think the business has passed him by. He's an old man yelling at a windmill. He really is an old man yelling at a windmill. because I think there's a fine balance between the flippity floppity stuff and then being able to tell a story.
Yes.
I think now the Renaissance, as WWE will quote themselves, and I tend to agree with them, the Renaissance of wrestling in the WWE is an example of that, because you're able to have performance skills in the ring and still be able to tell a story. We saw a bunch of great matches today, and they all told really good stories.
Mm-hmm. So one of my favorite part of the story is when the Aussie A's, I don't know if that's the real name, grab the SmackDown belts, and they keep on repeating themselves, saying that the match is not over.
Yes.
So
well, then then what's her face said, and now the new champions for Raw are
So we were half right. We were only right about the Awesome Truth.
We were right about Awesome Truth because we both said DIY.
I forgot what your pick was. My pick was DIY.
Mine was DIY as well.
So good thing we have one babyface tag team, one heel tag team.
Yes, and then kudos to WWE. Instead of putting two newcomers into the spot, they actually have a new team and they have an older team. So that's cool.
I don't look at it that way. I look at it as like chicken sheet heels and comedy base.
No, I mean, you could have other people that are bad on there as well, I guess. I mean, I don't know who really is a heel. I guess they're the biggest.
I know. I think that's
Judgment Day. You could have had Judgment Day retain one of the belts, one side of the belts. So then you could have had one of the heels, maintain it.
Like I would have, like if I had to again, the match was perfect, even though it was a lot of clusterfucks.
It was a clusterfuck,
but it was like good clusterfucks.
Yes, it was really well done. They planned it out. The spots, some of the spots were very dangerous.
Yeah, I don't know how. There you go. Half on TV, it looked like everything was smooth. In person,
no, it was done. I think everything was smooth. The one that the Aussies, the Aussie guy took, the spot that he took, that looked bad.
No, the one that kind of looked smooth, but kind of looked like you were like an inch about to die was the JD McDonough spot. And I think you were right in front of it too.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
That was the New Day.
I think he barely got the table on that spot.
Yeah, because like
he barely got
the tables broke.
Yeah,
but like the second table, if I remember,
I think it partially.
I don't think it missed. It just broke 30%.
Yeah, no, it looked like that
like it showed the crack and it showed like the slight bent, but it wasn't like fully broken.
I got to give it to Dunna, man. He's been doing some serious spots. I mean. They got him out. He's the spot monkey, bro. He is just the spot monkey. And honestly, when I saw him, I was like, But I mean, they got him up. 2.0. Dude, I'm telling you, the stuff that they have him doing. Back to the Ricochet. Elmer and I will tell you, the guy on the bottom, when you do an Indian Destroyer, does 90% of the work. So for him to do that move with probably one of the greatest high flyers in the history of high flying, it tells you he's good. I mean, and even today, like I told you, Ricochet acknowledged him. I mean, and when you have one of the greatest high flyers in the world acknowledge you, you're doing something right. So kudos to him. I wish he gets his push. I really do.
Hey, shout out to the bottom bitches out there.
Okay, so yeah.
So again, I would have, if I had to change one thing about that match, I would have made Judgment Day
retain one of the belts.
Yeah, like R-Truth actually wins the first one.
Yeah.
Even though it would have taken away the special nostalgia moment.
Yeah.
Because again, the commentators were saying that R-Truth never won a WrestleMania match.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, they were quoting that for the longest.
Wow.
So he's never won a WrestleMania match.
So here's a story for you. Here's a question for you. Who looked better? A 52-year-old R-Truth?
Oh my God. No, stop.
Or a 51-year-old DJ?
Stop. Because here's another thing that Triple H was saying in the conference. So even DJ said it too, but DJ didn't want to admit it fully. So it goes to show you that you cannot do this once in a while.
Yes.
You have to be fully committed to keep doing it every single day.
So I don't know if you could see this on TV.
Go ahead, finish.
But I mean, he was blowing up so bad. He, like, everywhere he would take a stop break, he would take water and like gulp it down. I mean, he would like throw it on his face. And of course, there was the spots he would drink the water. And
was he really drinking water?
He was
drinking. Was he drinking Prime?
Really,
Prime,
wasn't.
Prime is not a sponsor.
It wasn't his tequila, that's for sure.
Which I'm surprised they didn't sponsor. They were sponsoring whiskey, but they didn't sponsor tequila.
But no, he was blowing up. He looked like $1 million for By the way, how old is R-Truth?
52.
Yeah, okay. So
it goes to
That's
show
good.
you. It goes to show you that as long as you keep moving, again, part of my nutrition.
Well, it's not just keep
nutrition
moving.
aging.
It's not the movement because The Rock.
No, he moves, but he doesn't move like R-Truth.
But he doesn't do in-ring performances like
Exactly.
R-Truth does. So
But imagine
honestly
again,
though, I think the way if he wrestled as often as, let's say, Roman Reigns
and I was just
wrestled,
about to say that.
I think he would be great. I think he
I
could still do
won't
it.
I don't even go to that because we talked about it. I don't know if you said it in the podcast for our prediction show, but I remember you saying like that The Rock saw the exit plan with Ric Flair, Undertaker, Hogan, and he didn't want that.
Nope.
I honestly believe that if The Rock would have stayed fully, I think he would have had somewhat of a John Cena run.
That's a good point.
That like I look good,
Yeah.
I feel good,
Yeah.
I know how to work, I know
Yeah.
how to turn it up, I
Yeah.
know how to turn it down.
Yeah.
I honestly believe that he would have been doing that before John Cena would.
Yeah, no, that's a good point.
And then to the point that if he ever got bored,
Yeah.
he'll win the US belt and be like open challenges.
True. I see The Rock having his 5 moves of death, and
He has his 5 moves to death.
Oh.
He has to stomp on the corner.
Uh-huh.
He has the slaps.
Yes.
And then with the spit slap, I'm calling that one.
Yes.
He has the rock bottom. He
People's
has
elbow.
people's elbow
Yeah.
and the scorpion deathlock.
Yeah. So the 5 moves of death.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You thought I would have count all 5.
But yeah, you make a really good point. I mean, I don't, and that's been the biggest beef on John Cena when people put him on Mount Rushmore and they're like, he can't work. But
what and it goes back to whatever wrestler said it. What is definition of work?
Yeah, he can draw, ladies and
that's
gentlemen. He
and
can
that's
draw.
and that's another conversation because I know we're both tired.
Yeah.
So again, we'll rank them at the end. All right, next match. Do you remember?
No. Was it the women's match?
No. Oh, the 3-way. Yes,
The
yes, yes.
three-way, yeah.
Yes. Oh well, 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
The
3-on-3
trios. I'm gonna do AEW terms.
Yeah.
The trios.
Yeah.
First of all,
by the way, that was the shortest match of all the matches tonight because I was looking at it and I was like,
I didn't even notice it.
they really protected someone who used to work for AEW.
Yeah.
Really protected her.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
She's still green, bro. She's still green.
I'm gonna be honest with you. There was a moment that I thought she was gonna trip.
Yeah, no, she was. The other 2 saved her ass. Actually, the other 5 saved her
So
ass.
so speaking of looking like $1 million, again, with all due respect to Jay Cargo, you are a beautiful Greek goddess. You are chiseled out of stone.
Yes.
I just wish I could touch your abs.
Yes.
To feel.
Yes. She's chicken salad, but when you bite into it, she's chicken shit.
Exactly. Again, with all due respect.
Yeah,
this is not because again we just talked shit about The Rock.
Bad. I mean, yeah, we talked about literally one of the great ones.
Exactly,
and he calls himself the great one.
The People's Champ.
Yeah, but no.
Which I found out that belt came from the widow of Muhammad Ali. Which I need her.
didn't.
I need her to take that shit back.
It was made by the WWE.
No, but it was given by the.
It was made by the WWE, given to the widow to give out. So now we can have millions and millions of The Rock's People's Champ belts because they're coming out, ladies and gentlemen. People's Champ belts.
I was just about to say that. Like I was again.
And every poor motherfucker who cannot, excuse my language, have buy deodorant will spend $800 on that belt and put it up on their walls.
Look, for every podcast, we're gonna do a PSA. Watch your ass.
The one good thing I'll tell you right now, Elmer asked me, it's like, why do you sit always so in the front? And it's not because I'm a rich man, because I'm not a rich man. It's because the people that actually sit in the front actually smell better than the ones that sit in the back.
I thought it would be the opposite.
Not at WW. They used to call them pay-per-views. What do they call them now? PLEs. Yeah, those PLEs are way too expensive. Trust me, they don't.
Because the guy wearing the light green shirt with the smiley face,
yeah,
I just feel like
you feel like it's the same shirt he wears all the time.
I honestly,
he's. Like,
I know it. I know
he's like Brock
theory.
Lesnar guy. He's got 8 of the same shirts.
Yeah, you guys.
In fact, I'm sure if TSA opened up his bags, they're like, "Sir, are you Rain Man or something? Because you got like 14 of these, shirts, and they all look the same."
So you have
That's
two.
my gimmick.
Sure, you have 2 pairs of jeans and 14 shirts. What is this?
I'm a Brock Lesnar guy.
Just
I'm a green shirt guy.
Just be simple like this guy. Just wear your red U of H hat.
But to be honest, we do know why these guys wear the same outfits, right?
Just to get noticed.
Because that way they can go back and spot themselves on TV. Why do you think I was wearing a freaking red hat?
Yeah, but that's settled. Like even when we went to the Royal Rumble last year, like my friend did not notice me until he saw my Shawn Michaels hat.
Yeah.
And then he noticed that I was wearing the Bad Bunny hoodie.
Right.
And that's when they're like, "Oh, that's you," because who else in the WWE universe has the Bad Bunny Un Verano Sin Ti hoodie?
But these guys, though, I mean, they're on video games. They're on, they get when the WWE does 50 years of WrestleMania, they bring them back in. And
Oh,
they
so
go, hey.
speaking of front row, I saw Superfan Val in the front row of ROH. Dude.
Superfan Val?
What's his name? Val? I thought it was Val.
Vlad,
my bad.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, because poor Vlad can't afford WWE tickets, so he got to get free tickets from Ring of Honor.
Dude.
And
you know how
Ring
they
of Honor was giving out tickets.
Stop. Anyways.
Where?
Anyways.
I didn't get mine though.
You know.
TK.
You know how they say like you live a hero, you live long enough, you see yourself die as a villain or whatever.
Yeah, the quote, the actual quote is, "You either die a hero, or you live long enough to become the villain." Yes.
There you go. That's how tired I am.
Yeah.
Well, don't see your heroes grow up, because man, Vladimir, damn, he's an old man now.
Dude, he's an old man.
I know, but like you think about the young
Dude, can I tell you something?
guy.
He was an old man when he was a young chiseled guy.
Dude, even then.
So now he's like 70 or 60, late 60s.
I think he's the same age as Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
Who?
But
anyways. All right, so going back to the three-way.
What was it?
Trios.
Something collision. Damage
control.
Damage what?
Oh,
What
don't forget to watch a collision according to Dax.
Damage what? Damage
control.
Oh, damage control. Sorry. Damage collision. That's a cool name.
Yeah, because that's what the show was tonight.
So they
shout out to the party girl because
So,
she reminded me, because I'm like, I had cable. So I'm like, I could technically watch Collision on the TV, but I'm over
it
here.
was taped, right? Wasn't live, right? I still don't understand why AEW will go live against a major pay-per-view for the WWE.
That's real hip hop.
I don't
It's like
understand.
Jada Kiss will have the same concert next to Jay-Z.
So here's it's total side tangent, but about the event today. So I come in, right, and they're giving out bottles of C4, right? Then you walk into the venue and there's Prime everywhere. So I'm saying to myself, I was like, that's like if I walk into the Super Bowl and Pepsi advertises, but then when I walk in, all they do is Coke.
You can't do that. You can't do that.
Exactly. So I'm thinking Prime and
I'm
C4
saying
is
you can't.
It's owned by the same place.
You
Same
can't
company.
describe that because Prime is for hydration and C4 is for energy. You know how I know?
I don't know how you know. And
because fucking Pat McAfee and Corey Graves keep reminding me.
Yeah, that's okay. All right. I mean,
Anyway.
we should do the research to see if they're owned by the same company, though.
Yeah, we'll do that later. My phone's all the way back there. All right, so
so the women's match, I
quick,
thought it was
simple, easy.
So I think the ladies.
The only thing that was cool about it was the entrances.
So the
For both of them.
both of the entrances were cool. The ladies got a. I don't want to degrade them in saying the African American women got a pin off the Asian, and they're not even Asian Americans because they're just Asian.
Well, technically, Dakota Kai could be considered Asian.
No, she is. She's part Samoan, so she's technically Asian.
Pacific Islander.
Yeah. So Asian Pacific Islander. Yeah. So she's so the Asian women got beat by the. I guess they're all American, right? By the American women. So yeah, very, very diverse Triple H. I love the way that you create that sense of us against them mentality. by the way. Kudos, unify. But anyway, the 5 women, in all seriousness, did a wonderful job of protecting the future star in what was her gimmick? She kept calling the Storm.
Yeah, the same gimmick she brought in from AEW.
Dude, that white hair's got to go, bro.
No, that reminds me of Storm, and
I understand that, but she's not Storm. Storm had longer hair too.
No, she has a mohawk.
Originally, but and later on she had longer hair.
Yeah, but at the end of the day,
Come on, man. If you don't know about me, I'm a rapper. Your rapper, favorite, trapper, favorite.
Hey, you don't know about me, man. I'm a rapper. You know, rap about whatever. All right, so
You
next
just gotta be perfect. Come on, perfect personality, pretty, but a fat ass too, respectfully.
So next match,
yeah, what was the next match?
That's how tired we are. We're professional podcasters.
Was it the Gunther match?
No.
What are we missing? We're missing something.
I know the Gunther match and the main event.
Okay, those are the last 2 matches.
All right, so we had
the women's championship.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
We had the women's championship.
Tag team match.
The women's tag team match.
And
what are we
then
missing?
2 main events.
Oh, I feel like we're missing
That's
1
5.
match.
No, we're missing 2. Brother versus brother.
Oh God, yes.
The Uso. So they were saying on commentating that they're like the 3rd brother versus brother match.
Yes.
You want to take a guess?
I already know all of them. It was the Hearts and it was the Hardys. So if I had to rank them, because I was there for all 3.
And do you want to hold on before you even said that? Not only that's another fun fact. You want to know another fun fact? The younger brother won on all 3 of those matches. Owen, Jeff, and Jay. According to the birth certificate, Jay is 9 minutes younger.
9 minutes younger, yes.
And I was gonna tell you, like, when did they record that promo? Because as you could tell,
they were back to each other, back.
Not only that is that they had Jay colors his tip of his mullet at the end, and there was a different color. So I think they had this game plan for a long time.
Well, they did the interview with Ari, the Hawaii,
Mamari,
whatever, brother. If you're watching, like and click,
please like,
because we watch your stuff.
Hit the notification. I don't watch your shit, bro.
I do. It's entertaining. I mean, after all, you are a real journalist. Even
though
though you hate AEW, and you hate, which is interesting. You also hate the MMA group that kind of kicked you out.
UFC.
Yeah. Which is under the umbrella of TKO, which you love WWE. So anyway,
look, again, I respect your journalism, Arya Hawaii. You're a great hustler. You've been covering MMA for the longest, even before it became mainstream. I just don't understand. Anyways, all right. So brother versus brother. I honestly thought
hates the hate.
I don't hate the hate. I hate when people don't state facts.
Oh, don't let the facts get away from a good story.
Exactly. Thank you, Coda. Hey, touch. No.
Oh, anyway.
So
brother versus brother.
So I'm gonna be honest with you. Since you mentioned that the women's match was shorter, I honestly thought that match was shorter. It felt short.
Oh no, that match should have died too on the vibe. Honestly, I was expecting more from the Usos, and I didn't get what I was expecting.
I think the reason why you didn't get it is because their time was probably cut.
Well, that makes sense, kind of. But okay, back to if I was ranking shows.
No, hold on. Let me.
Well, no, I gotta rank the brothers. So the Hearts, the Hearts, number 1, obviously, right? Number 2, the Usos.
Okay.
Yeah, Hardy's last, because I mean. When the Hardys did their feud, I think they were tail end of their career and they couldn't deliver as well as they could have delivered. So I honestly thought the Usos did.
Well, not only that, the storyline was trash. I mean, hey, Jeff, you know that dead dog that burned in the fire? Yeah, it was me.
Yeah. So.
Hey, you remember when you got drove out the road? Yeah, that was me.
Yeah.
Hey, remember when I slept with your wife? Yeah, that was me.
No, I don't remember which level.
That was probably me.
But
I know it was like 3 things that he did. That was messed up. I just forgot what it was.
So,
but
yeah, I mean, it was for what it was. It was good. I honestly felt like both of them were saving themselves for tomorrow. How's that? How's that?
We'll get there, ladies and
How's that?
gentlemen.
I'm gonna leave it at that. I
Okay.
felt like they could have delivered more, but they chose to hold back. I'll leave it at that. So then I figured out the other match that we missed.
Whatever.
It was the Mysterios against each other.
Cool. That's why I didn't care.
Yeah.
So yeah. So well, again, we'll rank them later. All right. So
That was actually a really good match. There were some good spots.
Yeah. So tell me why the giant ass football players wearing masks.
Dude, either luchadors are tiny and WWE guys are tiny, or football players are huge. And I think it's a mixture of both. I think like
Mixture of
footballs are
both.
legitimately 6'4", 6'5".
Yeah.
And then when you see a WWE guy and they
I've
go,
never met a-
he's legitimately 6'2". No, he's 5'8".
Yeah, 5'7" guys like myself.
I mean, I understand them standing next to Rey Mysterio, but when you're standing next to Andrade, who's legitimately a bigger guy,
Yeah, I think Andrade is like 5'9".
he was tiny compared to Andrade.
Yeah. Wait, are you talking about Rey Mysterio or Andrade with the football players?
No, the football players. The football players, I was like, who are these two giant human beings? And when they got up there and they tossed Ray Ray's son in, I was like, whoa. And then they got in and they took off their mask, and I was like, oh, yeah, I know that. That's that Kelsey guy that retired.
So again, I don't know. Again, I guess we could talk about our different points of views. I don't know how your point of view was when they came out live, but when they came out live on TV, well, on my phone because I was watching on my phone, they were acting like they were heels. Like, you know how when heels come and attack you out of nowhere?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like oh my god, yo, this is like gang fight.
But they went after the bad guys.
Exactly. So it felt kind of weird.
Yeah.
I felt very weird off. I was just like, why are they wearing masks?
Well, they were wearing luchador masks. It's not like they were
I
wearing
understand why they wear the
burglary
luchador,
rape masks, you know?
but they kind of look like if they weren't wearing masks and they were like on the ringside,
You would say, who are these pale ass Mexicans?
no,
That's what
no,
you'd say.
no. I'll just figure out that they were football players
Okay.
because they were sitting front row. I would have figured that out.
Oh,
But the way they came in, it's like somebody was robbing. They were robbing somebody
yeah.
because of the mask.
Yeah, I don't think the storyline really felt interesting for them. And also, let's be honest. Why would they need to interfere in the match?
Exactly. Why was
Of
that
all the
unnecessary?
matches they needed to interfere in, why would they interfere in that match?
Yeah, it just felt off.
Neither here nor there.
It just felt off. It was just like that one of those things that like. Again, the reason why I didn't remember what matches were missing because that was very forgettable.
It was a forgettable.
And then
there was a couple, like I said, there were a couple great spots.
Yeah, the whole that when Andrade carried him on the shoulder and
yep.
he did the.
And then
I legit thought he was gonna toss him.
That was an awesome spot. We were sitting there and like everyone was like, "Dude, have you ever seen that before?" I was like, "No."
Oh, that was new for me too.
And I was like, "But think about it. Who else could you do that with other than Rey Mysterio?"
Dude, I still remember the Big Show feuding with Rey Mysterio like in like 03 and 04 or something, around that area. And I remember like Rey Mysterio was strapped into the backboard, like those EMS backboards. He picked him up. Remember?
Oh yeah, and hit the wall with it. Yeah, I remember
not the wall, the post.
Yeah, I remember.
And
that.
then he fell.
I remember
his face,
that. I remember
could
that.
not be protected.
I remember that.
And I'm like, why?
Why would you do that? Because you can.
Like dude, there was two people during that era that I felt so bad for.
Yeah.
And it was Rey Mysterio and Zach Gowen.
Yeah.
The
one-legged kid, yeah.
Because I'm like, y'all are beating up these people for nothing.
Vince McMahon. It's all VK. It was all VK.
Yeah, because TK.
Vincent K. McMahon. VKM.
Yeah, VKM. Go screw yourself. TKO taking care of it.
Yeah. But okay. So I mean, I think we both said that the right team was going to win because I felt again this is when I thought
we agree that obviously Jay was going to win. That was the obvious thing.
Yeah,
babyface of the Latinos
were going to win because we both felt at the point that Dragon Lee was going to be in the match.
Okay, so so you informed me that Dragon Lee left.
Dragon Lee didn't get hurt. Dragon Lee supposedly got hurt. And I think this is also a what, because again, we all know Dragon Lee and Andrade are tight. They're practically family.
They're not. They're not.
They're not family. I said they're practically family. They're tight. What are you talking about?
Keep going.
You don't think they're tight? I mean, he's the one that told him to go to WWE.
All right.
Because
You're
honestly,
probably right.
the truth is, TK offered him a more substantial contract to go to AEW. But he said, no, man, if you just want to sit around and get a paycheck, then do here. But if you really want to work and be a main headliner, go to the WWE. So that's how he ended up in WWE.
Hey, you want to be a main
Yeah,
headliner?
and then you want to be you want to have your first
spot.
WrestleMania match. But you know what I'm going to do? Because I'm coming back, and you know who my wife is. My friend, the Triple H, the Paul Levesque. He's going to kick you out. I'm going to take a spot.
See, guys, he's racist to all races.
All races, man. All races.
Yeah.
So, dude, we missed the Punjabi. What match was it? Punjabi prison match today.
I mean, technically, we could still make it.
No.
No, I think
no, it's over, bro. It's 1:52.
No, remember the midnight shows are always late.
Oh yeah, but by the time we get there,
I
by the
mean,
way, how are they gonna do a Punjabi prison in that little?
I wish I would have seen it.
I want to see, dude. I want to see highlights of that.
Oh, we will.
Okay.
Oh, we will.
Well, I
Oh,
got
we
you.
will.
Alright.
So, so now the two most important matches,
Yes.
in my opinion.
Yeah.
From what I saw,
Yes.
from beginning to the end.
Yes.
Let's start with Gunther, which I kind of pop because again I forget what type of music he has, but when I heard the Night Sympathy,
Yeah.
I legit thought they brought his old music back, which is not even copywritten. It's like public use,
Public domain music. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know why they need to change his music.
It's kind of the same. You
It's
just change
like
it up a little bit.
It's just no, but like it's so beautiful because it gets to the point at the end that it's like calm music after you heard like.
But this music sounds like Jaws.
No, the old music, it just felt so better because it like I said, it starts like so big, and then it gets to the point where it gets inside the ring and it's like calm down. It's like the calm before the storm.
Yeah, but that's what they.
But then,
with this
but
one.
then with this one, it's just like Gunther.
I don't think they yell Gunther, bro.
You don't listen to the lyrics then.
Are there the lyrics?
Thank you.
Okay.
You proven my point.
Yeah.
How memorable that song is.
Eh.
So again, I don't know Gunther's music, but I prefer the old one with the Night Sympathy. Dude, that's just, dude. Even on my playlist, I put that.
Okay.
I
For
put
the
that
record,
song in
he's
wrestling.
quoting a public domain music song that is actually from 1800s. Is what he's saying is a wrestling song.
It's a wrestling song.
Yeah.
I'm gonna die on that hill.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, all you classical music people, like and subscribe, hit that notification button so you know when I pop in.
Yeah. You know what his second favorite classical music song is?
Oh,
Roman Reigns theme song.
No. I thought you were gonna say the Macho Man's graduation.
Oh yeah, it's graduation song.
Because that's another public
No,
domain.
Ric Flair song.
Is that public?
Yeah, public domain as well.
So is that from Space Odyssey, right?
Yes.
That's where it first started.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Well, actually, I think it was before that, but they used the Space Odyssey. But yeah.
But that's like when it's known.
Well, yeah, that's what. It's
If you're like a mainstream person, you'll think of Space Odyssey.
Yes.
If you're a wrestling fan, you think of Ric Flair.
Yes.
And then obviously with the graduation song,
Yes.
that is a legit graduation
So,
song.
bro, Tony Khan, I love you, bro, but if you spend less on music and
No,
more on your wrestlers,
no. I need to hear "Still Tipping on Fofos" for Brian Keith. I will advocate that to the day I die.
So TK bragged that he bought the song for Bring My Bullets, or what was this? The Leonard Skinner song that our friend Jay, he's not Jay, Mark Briscoe came out to.
Yeah.
He said, I paid as much as I pay some of my wrestlers for that song. Is that something to brag about?
Yeah.
Bro, you got your priorities all in the wrong place. See, this is the problem with AEW. AEW buys stars. WWE makes stars.
Hey, Front Row Phil, this is the problem. T-shirts coming out very soon. All profits are gonna go to Punjabi prisons.
Yep. And also to help TK buy music.
Look. I think music, and this could be his own podcast. I truly believe music makes the person.
I agree, but I think if you create the music Like
Now-
AEW is historic. I mean, like WWE is historically done. Don't get me wrong, they're outliers, right? The only outlier that is the king of music again is CM Punk, right? Every time I hear that song, who's another outlier for WWE?
WWE?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Motorhead with Triple H.
But do you know they made that song for him?
I know.
Okay.
But it's still a band.
It is still a band. I mean, but there
so
was
we're
a
talking-
band that played for Rhea Ripley today, but that song is owned by the WWE.
Okay, so you want something that's original to WWE.
Correct.
So that wouldn't count CM Punk then.
No, it doesn't. I'm saying
Oh, okay.
the one-offs are the CM Punk songs where
So which
they
one-
went out and they bought a song and they're like,
So
"Oh, are
which-
you leasing it?"
So which one you want?
What do you mean?
You want songs that belong to WWE or songs that don't belong to WWE that they license to for this person?
So
I have both answers.
So there's grays to that, right? Like for instance, we all found out that Edge's song, which I always thought was a WWE owned song, it's actually licensed.
Yeah.
Right?
The only way they license the thing is You Think You Know Me.
Right. Yeah. Hardys, the same thing. Like when the Hardys went to AEW, they started using their old school.
I never knew
I
that.
honestly thought WWE owned that song.
Yeah, I legit thought they owned that song, but it's actually like public domain for
Yeah.
like TBS or something.
I
like that.
guess so. Whatever.
Same thing with the NWO thing. Like that was something that was in the TBS vaults.
Really?
Yeah. That was not like an original like creation. It was just lost in the files.
Well, now WWE owns the rights to that song, right?
Yeah.
I would certainly hope they do.
Oh my god. If they didn't own that song and Kevin Nash went to AEW,
oh yeah, he could probably use that song. Also, don't forget that because AEW has close working relationships with TNT, and TBS, maybe they could just get the music if they own it historically. You know, like you said, if it's lost in their file somewhere. But anyway, we digress. So let's go back to.
No, I really want you to answer the question.
I'm tired.
Okay, cool. All right, we'll do a music.
That's another podcast.
We'll do another music podcast because
I don't understand why you want to do this at 2 in the morning.
So you can practice for me when I have to do my flight tomorrow. I mean,
Gunther versus
Sami Zayn.
El Generico. Sami Zayn.
No, we can call him El Generico because
oh yeah, there's a lot of Olay chants, bro. A lot.
Not only a lot of Olay chants, but a lot of Olay moves, like back in the old days, PWG, ROH days. So
you know how many people that have not seen El Generico when he did that turnbuckle smash, Brainbuster? You know how many people called me and said, "Did he fuck up? Excuse my language. Did he mess up?" And I was like, I'm sorry, what? What do you mean? Did he mess up? Did you want him to hit the top rope or the lower rope? Because he got him exactly in the middle rope.
You want Gunther to die?
And I was like, it looked like he couldn't pick him up. I was like, okay, Gunther's a big man. That's one thing. But have you not seen some of Sami Zayn's older matches?
This is how you know, like, when like cute hot girls wear like Nirvana Metallica shirts, and you ask them, give me one song. That's how you know.
Other than Enter Sandman.
Shoot, I'll even give you Enter the Sandman. I'll even give you Unforgiven. Even Nothing Else Matters. Again, for Nirvana, I'll even give you
album. He'll give you the one album.
Yeah, give me the Black Album. That's everybody's favorite. That one and the Ride the Lightning. The Nirvana, like you give me Smells Like Teen Spirit. I will give you that one. But you cannot tell me you never seen El Generico do a brainbuster from the top rope.
There were a lot of people. Again, in all due respect, that is not in Sami Zayn's move list. So
that was the first time he's ever hit that in WWE.
So the kid next to me, and literally he's a kid, he's 21 years old. He's sitting there and he's like, he calls the match. He's like, "Oh, please do a brainbuster. Please do a brainbuster." He does the brainbuster, middle rope, falls down, cross to the edge, and then of course he does the hell of a kick.
Yeah.
He does like 2 or 3 hell of a kicks.
Yeah.
The guys behind me are like, "Did he screw up? Gunther looks hurt." And I was like, that's his move. I've never seen him do that move. I know Gunther's heavy. I was like, okay, he used to do that back in the Indies. And that's why I just left it at that. And the kid's like freaking out. He did a brainbuster. He did a brainbuster. I'm like, yeah, he did a brainbuster. Awesome. I was more impressed he was able to get Gunther up to do the brainbuster than that he did a brainbuster.
So, in my shoes, I would have just told the kid Google it.
He was an older guy too.
Google
Older guy.
Google it. You don't know real hip hop. You. I remember back in the day before Kanye West became Yeezus. I remember the old school Kanye.
So it's like yesterday. I saw Amazing Red, right? And
oh my god!
And I'm sitting there. I was like, I
that.
hope he does a Code Red. Guy looks at me and goes, "You mean like Mountain Dew Code Red?" And I was like, yeah, like Mountain Dew Code Red. And I just stopped. I'm like,
you know what?
Too old. I'm getting too old for this.
No, you're just too smart, bro. You're just a real. Again, this is why I tell you, don't call me a smart. Call me an intelligent wrestling fan, because I feel like my IQ when it comes to pro wrestling is very high.
No, I also think that, like, let's be honest, it's like back to your band example. It's like when you were watching a band slowly build their way up, and all of a sudden they play an old song, and they're like, "Wow, this must be one of their new songs," and they're like, "Huh?"
The 20-year anniversary, like every single time they do like a 20-year anniversary, they just like remaster it.
Yeah, and you're like, "Oh, I knew."
And I was just about to tell you, what if nobody ever hit the Canadian Destroyer and Petey Williams came back and he did it? How would people would have felt about it? Like,
I mean, it's an amazing move.
It's an amazing move, no matter what.
It's overflooded, and yeah,
y'all need to stop.
I just wish Petey Williams would have came up with a catchier name, like Code Red.
Dude,
awesome.
That's an
awesome name.
Canadian Destroyer. That's amazing. First of all, branding.
Code Red. Hello.
Yeah, that's a cool name too. Canadian Destroyer is also cool. Another podcast.
Well, now they just call it Destroyer.
They don't even
call it Canadian Destroyer.
You know why they don't call it? Because again, he branded. He branded perfectly. He could have called it the Williams Destroyer. Yeah. He would have called it the PD Driver or whatever. But no, he called it Canadian Destroyer because obviously he's Canadian and is.
Well, he's part of that group, that faction.
Yeah, Team Canada.
Team Canada. Yeah. Anyway, back to.
So yeah, real hip hop. So dude, that match. Just
honestly, that match was probably the match of the night.
Just tell me the story of the guys not knowing about it and how they were freaking out.
Yeah,
I can't wait to rank our matches.
Yeah, that was probably the match of the night. I mean, again, anyone who's ever seen Gunther, TV or live, that man is the hardest hitting chopper. Definitely in WWE, but probably in all of professional sports.
And again, some of y'all, if y'all watch me in the beginning with the whole press conference, I'm gonna quote Triple H. Sami Zayn and Gunther are great wrestlers that can make you feel what they want you to feel.
Yeah.
Sami Zayn could pull you emotionally. Gunther can make you hate somebody.
I didn't watch it, but I would agree with Triple H on that 100%.
Dude.
I was hoping for, and again, this also shows you how much respect Gunther has for Sami Zayn, because he could have easily at 3 kind of gave up, kind of acted like he tried to get out, but he didn't. He literally laid flat. He didn't move one bit, because all Sami did was roll over and touch him. And then it 1, 2, 3. He was out. He was gone. He was like, "Oh my God, you effed me over. I'm done." I mean, so that much great storytelling. And this is a guy that literally, like Amber and I talked about in the last one, it's like with Roman. Whoever beats Roman is a made man. I feel whoever beat Gunther is a made man. So now Sami is a made man, because I mean that no one's beaten Gunther in almost a year and a half.
I think they were saying like at least 600 days.
So two days almost. I mean 2 years almost. 2 years almost. It's really like 2 years almost.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So yeah, that was damn.
Again. But also, come on, let's see. It kind of foreshadowed. But you had him and his son and his mom. And his wife, and they were cussing. And he's like, it was like, I don't want him to watch it. And it's like, if you want to sit in front, that's fine. And as he walks out, and I love the new band. I mean, like, whoever they have as their new producer, director, whatever. I love the scenes where you're watching the wrestlers go through, Gorilla. It's awesome. It's great, right?
So you know that's a NXT thing too, right?
So obviously it's somebody they got from Full Sail.
Yeah, Triple H.
So it's great. And then he's walking out, and then he stops right before he goes out of Gorilla.
Let's talk to Chad Gable.
Yes, but
wait, was Chad first? Or
Chad was first, then
oh,
the
okay.
team. I mean, Kevin Owens. So then he says that, and he's like, "You're not gonna be there. You helped me out so much." He's like, "Dude, I trust you. I believe you. You're gonna do it." And I was like, "Oh, great." Well, I was like, "Oh, that kind of screws up my theory because I thought Chad was gonna come out there and like throw the
My
towel
theory-
and
my
like,
theory-
hey, that's enough, Gunther."
And my theory of him screwing him over.
Yeah, which I don't think Chad would do that.
No, not well now because again he's such a good guy. He needs to like you know how they say like if you're such a good bad guy, you got to turn good. If you're a good guy, you got to turn bad. Oh no, a bad guy, a bad good guy, you got to turn bad.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Chad. I don't know what they're going to do with Chad, but I think a lot of people.
He's
felt
just a workhorse.
I felt that Chad deserved the Intercontinental Championship, so we'll see.
Well, I guarantee you they're gonna. Well, I think Chad is gonna turn because then again we'll talk about it post. Maybe hopefully tomorrow once we figure out everything, or we'll do this when we go back home. All right, so I guess main event time.
Main event time,
dude.
About 10 minutes too long.
Because I feel like what's the only thing important of that match was the entrances, and I'll tell you which one was the most overvalued.
Oh God, was it the guy who's peacocking or was it The Rock? Seth freaking Rollins, that outfit was ridiculous, man. I mean, like I swear to God, that man almost tripped over himself 20 times. I swear.
Dude, my man was slaying.
I guess
slaying.
I mean, like we all know, like Cody. Back to my favorite journalist. Cody had mentioned that he had gotten 4 Rolex watches for his main event, right? Because it was a special main event, and it really is. Honestly, it's probably the biggest.
4 Rolexes.
Got 4 Rolexes.
Keep going with the story.
4 Rolexes. Okay, he mentioned that he got 2, right? He got one for himself, he got one for Seth Rollins, right? He's like, we're like, and he made the analogy, it's like Ric Flair and my dad, right? He made the comment, he's like, they hated each other. They made perfect, good guy, bad guy thing. But at the end, they loved each other. They were like brothers, right? And he made that same analogy with Seth Rollins. It's like, I respect him and I think he respects me. Yeah, we're both, trying for that top spot, but we know that we have to have each other to be successful. So that was very generous of him to give a Rolex to him. And then the journalist asked, it's like, oh, you only did 2? It's like, oh, I did a couple more, right? Then he showed off the Rolex, right? And then you got a screenshot of the Rolex. And then someone took a screenshot of Roman Reigns at the Hall of Fame hugging his advocate. And lo and behold, it's the same Rolex.
The little collar came off like this.
So my thought is that he probably gave one to, obviously, to Roman, to Seth, to himself. He probably also gave one to
the man that doesn't even need to be gifted a Rolex.
Yeah, he probably did. And then he probably gave one to the advocate. Yeah, just because it's a kind gesture. I mean, he's integral to the storyline, and also, he's going to the Hall of
Fame. And then another fun fact, again, thing that Triple H said that we need to watch the Hall of Fame if we got time. Well, separately, but
tomorrow.
Whatever. Anyways, so
we're not doing a watch along.
No, we're not doing a watch along. Don't even get me started. So according to Triple H, is that inside the Hall of Fame rings you could get engraved or whatever, and then when Paul Heyman gave him like his speech and all that, and how he was praising them and all that, then he got the ring engraved into something else to like a special message between him and. Obviously, it's like something very cool. So the fact that Paul Heyman got 2 gifts from 2 separate people that are like personal, so it goes to show you how much like Paul Heyman means to these guys. So I hope we know. I hope I learned them. What's the message? Because I highly doubted that Paul Heyman.
I'm sure Paul Heyman will sell that ring in about 10 years. So
I don't think so. I was about to say something that was gonna get me canceled because it's late at night. All right, so
so where were we with this?
I have a funny theory because I want to laugh for a little bit, but let's talk about the details of the match. Yeah, DJ was blown up. No surprise there. So they're gonna tell the story of Rollins being hurt for tomorrow, which
yes,
again
he was
will-
selling the knee. I sat next to the guy and I was like,
knee
he's
back.
selling the knee heavily selling the knee.
All right, so obviously, are we gonna find out the stipulation? I mean, the stipulation for the Bloodline.
I don't think we're gonna find a stipulation for the Bloodline
until
match
the day
until
of.
the day of.
Day of.
Or probably
All
the match of the match. Probably.
Well, according to Triple H, he's only gonna sleep for 5 minutes, and he's gonna work on tomorrow's script.
The script for tomorrow's been written like months ago, so I don't know what he's working on.
Well, just a little modifications.
Yeah,
I'll suggest it in a bit. Obviously, Cody did that backwards thing. Like, I'm disappointed. I'm gonna sit here with my boo boo face. You know, it's kind of
yeah. And then Seth tried to comfort him, but it is what it is.
Dude, if I was Seth, I would have not be comforting him. I'd be like, motherfucker, like I'm injured. I might lose tomorrow.
Yes.
All because we lost
again, though. But
like I'll be so
Cody
you want
told
me to,
him not to go do it, and Seth said, "I'm the man. I'll be your shield," and a little bold.
Yeah, well, guess what? You know, one
part of the beautiful storyline.
Didn't Dusty Rhodes join the Four Horsemen for one time?
He did.
And then who betrayed him?
Was it Ric Flair?
Exactly. So
anyway, yeah, I thought the match was good. I thought
it did its purpose.
Probably the most successful wrestler of all times, who is a billionaire. I think he did a really good job for a 52-year-old man, but it was definitely
51.
51.
52 is
R-Truth.
R-Truth,
who's not a billionaire.
Who is his childhood hero is a 40-year-old man
named John Cena.
Dude, I love you, R-Truth. Don't ever change. I hope I meet you tomorrow.
Are you going to be able to get up tomorrow?
I'm getting up. This doesn't start till 10. I'll probably get up at 8 and wait in line like the rest.
Your alarm better not go off. It better not wake me up because I'm sleeping till like noon.
Albert.
I'm sleeping till noon.
Yeah, since you don't know my gimmick name. All right, so you want to hear my funny thing?
But do we have time? Because it's like 2:50 in the morning.
Oh, we're gonna make it laugh.
All right.
I legit thought that somebody's mom was gonna start fighting.
Oh God.
And you know what's so funny? I hope one of them started, then the other one finishes, and then they both square off in the ring. Because I'm like, the amount of times I saw Miss Maivia or Miss Johnson. Well, I don't know if she took.
I think they divorced though. I don't know.
I know they divorced, but like I don't know if she took the name. But yeah, okay, let's just call them what they are. All right, Rocky's mama. When I saw Rocky's mom, I'm like, all right, that's cool, you know. And the way she was looking at Seth Rollins, I was like, oh, she wants to slap him so bad.
Oh, dude, Seth was playing the perfect heel to his mama.
Dude, she wanted to slap him. I don't know how it looked like a person, but yeah, she
he don't like Seth.
Yeah,
which is interesting. It's not like Seth goes around and says, "You know what I'm gonna do to your mama?" You know, like The Rock has. I can see clearly why Cody's mom would not like The Rock.
Hell, if The Rock's mom doesn't like you, it's game over. That's the reason why we never got Shawn Michaels versus The Rock.
No, yeah, that's true.
So that's that one mom, and then the other mom, the Cuban American that looks hella white, was it's like, you're full of shit. I don't know if you heard that when she screamed that to The Rock, and like when he put out the Mama Rose belt, and she was like, "You ain't shit" or something like that. And then like I was just like, dude,
so the two best pops that I personally liked, when Bianca Belair took her hair and literally popped. Who'd she whip?
Asuka.
Oh my God. I was like, I don't know if that was a legit or if they had like little pop pills in there.
No.
You know when they like slap something and the pop goes off? Because you could hear that.
Oh, I know.
And then when The Rock popped Cody, you could hear that. Those two were the biggest pops. I mean, like, I was like,
it's not even.
wow.
Imagine if it was a dome arena, you would have heard that
Yeah.
echo. But yeah, back to my thing. I was just like, I hope Mama Rhodes slaps The Rock, and Miss Maivia just comes out of nowhere. She just starts charging up to Cody Rhodes' mom.
Not my baby boy.
Dude, I will pay to go to WrestleMania tomorrow if y'all guarantee me it's gonna be Mama Rhodes versus Mama Rocky.
Okay.
I will pay whatever money you
All
want.
right, next one. Let's go. Let's finish it off. So
We're done.
You're
We're
delirious.
We're ranking them now, or if you want to rank them. Obviously, Sammy Gunther number 1.
Obviously,
that's obvious. Number 2, I'll actually put it to the tag team matches.
Yeah.
Number 3, DJ. And
the main event.
The main event.
I mean, you got to give Rock credit for what he did, not wrestling for like 16 years.
11 years. Don't get the
whatever.
facts twisted.
Don't let the facts get away from a good story. 11 years, but yeah, he just doesn't need to wrestle.
Yeah, at all.
Yeah, it's sort of like watching Ric Flair's last match. You know, the one that he just had, and you think to yourself, "God, this is just a paycheck, isn't it?" For The Rock, I don't think.
And that's not even.
For The Rock, I don't think it's a paycheck. The Rock doesn't need a
paycheck.
paycheck. I mean, he legitimately is a billionaire, and he does not need the WWE. I think this is his way of giving back to the WWE. So it makes me wonder, like, next year when they do Rock versus Roman, is it even going to be worth it? Is that really going to main event? Because I mean, Roman could take 6 months off, and I think Roman could be on perfect because he's prepared for that.
Which I found out he has like to take a medication for his leukemia, which is crazy.
Which is probably why he's also, this is why also there's rumors that Roman's going to take a few months off, which tells me Roman's going to drop the belt if the rumors are accurate. And honestly, you know what? He's been champion for 3 years. He probably needs a break. Spend time
Guy
with your family.
deserves it.
Yeah, I mean, like, come on, dude.
Go hug your wife.
You've
Go
been
hug your
carrying the
kids.
business on your back. People have been hating you for no particular reason other than you're just damn good. Yeah, they're tired of your story, so now they want to see somebody else's story.
That one never finished.
Yeah. So Gunther decides to go after your belt, which we
we'll,
know that's
we'll,
coming.
We'll talk about it on Sunday. All right. So obviously, I'll just do the 3. I don't care about the rest.
Yeah,
So,
I agree with you on the ranking list.
I like the tag team match, even though, like I said, it was a perfect clusterfucks.
So my 2 lowest would probably be
The tag team match for the women and the tag team match for the Latinos.
No, Jane. I thought the Latino match was better, actually. I didn't like the white guys. The professional football players coming in. I kind of did. That's the only thing I did from a storyline standpoint. It just like, why are you giving me a curveball? Like, you've been building up this feud for such a long time,
And
then now you're gonna throw these 2 football players in because you're in Philadelphia.
That's why they're my both lowest.
Okay.
Actually, just you saying that, I'll put the women above them now.
Yeah.
And
I mean, like
then
the Usos.
Usos is like,
how about this? The reason, and again, I'm sure the Usos match. We'll watch it again. I'm sure it's fun. It was a good match.
No, I agree
I
with you.
expected better because it's the Usos.
agree.
Literally, the Usos are the greatest tag team in the history of wrestling.
Even with the multiple super kicks, that was the only high spot.
Literally the best tag team in WWE history. And I mean, we're talking about New Day, which is literally one of the best tag teams in WWE history. I think the Usos are better than New Day. And
I agree.
It just proved to me that they're a better tag team than they are one-on-one wrestlers.
As always.
Yeah.
That's like any other tag team. It's like,
no, because Shawn was always the stud. Brett
One
was
example.
always the stud.
1, 2.
So now you see Jay and Jimmy, and you're like, well, which one of these is
Well,
Brett or Shawn?
Well, again, I never grew up during that era, but like, was Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels during their respectable tag team eras? Was it like pure tag team that they were like, oh no, these guys are destined to be tag teams? Because I feel like I can never say.
I think they put them together. They always put them together. They built the tag team and then they split them up. But we saw the Rock and Roll Express the other night
because
they're still together. Even though
y'all saw it last night.
I did. I saw it
I
last
seen
night.
it
Even though like one of them can't even wrestle. Like he limped into the ring, right? And now
let me guess which one, the mullet one.
They both have mullets, bro. dark
one that wants to help out his kid. All right,
No,
never
no,
mind.
he did a Canadian destroyer yesterday. 68-year-old man doing a Canadian destroyer.
Hey, let's talk about how much the Canadian destroyers are.
Google that. Google that.
Yeah, Google that before you tell me that you don't know what a brainbuster from the top rope is. All right, so
Well,
I
he
guess
got him on the second rope, honestly. I think maybe
was
that's
it the
where-
second rope?
He got. It's usually the brainbuster on the top, but he got him on the second rope. I think.
I gotta rewatch.
I think
that.
I don't think he could hold him up that high, and then when he got him on the second rope.
Even Gunther was helping him out. So yeah, but okay, man, we appreciate you guys watching this 2.5 hours of clusterfucks.
Dude, I should have been to bed like 3 hours ago.
Yeah, but this is real hip hop, so we're gonna keep doing this. Hopefully, I'll persuade him.
No,
to do it
tomorrow I'm
again.
sleeping.
I'm gonna persuade him with some candy. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate you
You
guys.
need to buy more sodas, by the way.
I'll buy more. I'll buy more soda. Do a heart with me.
A heart?
Yeah, do a heart. Yeah. Oh, yeah, there you go. Yeah. All right, we heart you guys. We appreciate it.
Good
like
night.
it, like it's
Good night, everybody.
like
Victory. Victory. Game. Blouses.